All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Jowp podcast. I am joined, as always, with Gabriel and, like, this way. Like, a little more, a little down. Perfect. And then the boy. Yeah, you are an intern.
Damn.
Are you not? That's your job.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, you're an intern.
Yeah.
So I'm making you your job.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not an intern here.
Yet.
Dude, it has been so long since we used the table. This is the stuff from the chicken coop, the science of it. This is the nerds and shit.
No, there's something over here that was not from the science one, from the one before. Which one was the one? Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, there was like Cinco de Mayo stuff that was stuck to the table over here.
Guys, we're in June.
Yeah,
I know.
Wait, clean the table. For God's
we
sake.
haven't had to use the table. We've been in the chair set up for like a month.
Oh, it's just like the two sofas and like that's it?
Yeah, we've been doing that for like a month. We haven't had the table set up since the chicken
Have you guys
coop
not like
episode.
recorded a podcast episode or like?
No, we have.
Yeah,
we recorded
we
from
in
the
the
chair.
chair.
Oh, just chairs. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if you watch the podcast.
Yeah. You watch only your episodes?
I don't even watch my episodes. I was here.
But you commented.
Well, cause Gabe, sometimes you're like, look what I did, and then I wanted to make sure that one part where it's like, cut it out, and then I was like, did he cut it out? And then you didn't cut it out.
Cut out what part?
Never mind.
Yeah, why would I? Yeah, I also told you in the episode I'm not gonna cut it out.
I didn't believe you. I thought you would cut it out, man.
Nah. But yeah, this is Xenon, your last episode here.
Yeah.
You're gonna be
At least last consistent episode.
How you feel about your time here?
It's been good. I've been treated great by like the people here. You know, I've had good memories in this chair, or this spot at least. You know.
Yeah.
This mic. Love the table.
Do you see yourself maybe being on a chicken coop in the future?
Yeah, like in 2 years.
2 years? I mean, you could just be here to watch. You don't have to like.
Oh, you're right. I could be here. He doesn't.
Nah.
Oh, he's like the designated driver, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But
Well, is he like on the
Jose as
podcast or is he just like in the background?
Sometimes he's on.
Sometimes
those.
he's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if the conversation is here.
Uh-huh.
One thing is though, because you haven't been here for chicken coops, you don't know about this. Eduardo isn't allowed when there's guests.
Wait, why is he
you
not
know this
allowed?
about Eduardo. When he knows you, he's very talkative.
Oh.
And he tends to divert the conversation towards him no matter what.
Oh.
So we have two different conversations happening at the same time. Or it's like we're in the kitchen and there's like a good conversation happening in here. And him and I are in the kitchen making drinks. And he grabs the mic, starts saying something. And he's talking to himself because no one else is acknowledging him. And then he's like, and it's just like louder than everyone else because he's like all up on it.
Dude, this is like the only chicken coop I didn't watch back. So like, is there like a lot of points in the science episode that it's like that?
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of times where like you and Liz are talking or Deven and Liz are talking, and like it may not be like the most interesting conversation in the world, but it's still like a conversation that's occurring. It's content. And Eduardo's like, yeah, dumbass pussy boy. Yeah, you fucking suck. Yeah, you scared of me because you know I'm better. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Or it's like Deven made fun of him. He's like, me. It's like, dude, get the fuck out of the mic. Like, just do that on your own.
I didn't know he'd be doing that.
I think there was one point I think I might have cut it out. So I turned down the when I was cracking the ice. I came over here and I just manually turned down the mic instead of like moving it away and stuff. I just turned it down. Which I guess I could just move it away, but I was like slamming because I didn't want the slamming on the counter. It's still picked up from the mics in here, but it's not as loud as it would have been if it was over there.
Oh, do you guys have a mic all the way in the kitchen?
Yeah, we keep on in the kitchen.
He brings one so he can.
Yeah, so I
say
can.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also have my phone recording so I can overlay the videos so it's real time.
That's pretty sick.
Like bar cam view. But then like it was like 10 minutes later, and Eduardo's like, hey, I noticed that the mic's not picking up the audio. I'm like, yeah, I turned it down because him and I were talking while I was breaking the ice. And our conversation was just dumb. It was whatever the fuck was happening, like gym or whatever. Like something we saw on TikTok that we thought was funny. You know, some girl he thinks is bad. Whatever it is, right? And he went over here and turned it back all the way up. So and then walked back in the kitchen and started talking again. And I was like, dude, oh my God. Because like I could see the video of us talking, but there's no audio. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's when I turned down the mic.
Yeah.
And then I see him disappear, and I'm sitting there cracking the ice, and I just hear, I'm like, dude, man, get out of the mic, bro. But yeah, he's fine if it's just like me, him, and Gabe, or me, him, and Deven. But if there's like Liz was here, or if Eddie's here, or if you're here, nah. No go.
The ADHD kicks in a little too hard.
No, it's just him being selfish and self-centered.
You should be on the next Chicken Coop episode. You should just come over and just see what it's like.
Next
I'll come.
Friday.
I'll come over and see what if I become the bartender?
No.
Damn.
bartender.
You don't know how to drink. I mean, make.
I mean, no, but like
You don't want to make, but I'm also the bartender.
I could learn. Yeah, I could
No,
be the
but I'm also the
I could be the bartender assistant, Tyler. Think about
No,
it.
you can be the assistant if you actually be an assistant. Because Eduardo was my assistant, and then about halfway through, he sits there having a conversation.
No, I'll be your assistant. I got you. I swear.
I'm not even like I can make the drinks and shit. All I want to do is like if I'm making something, like maybe rinse out the glass or something, or like because we put like sugar on the rims, like clean it off, or like hey, can you grab me this from the fridge? Like there's been times like
I'm your man.
like when I'm done, I usually get like isopropyl alcohol, wipe down the counters because they usually get sticky after a while.
Oh yeah.
Like when I'm done, when we're done recording, whatever. The last time they were having like a pretty decent conversation, so I like was just cleaning. So I was like, okay, I'll clean and they can continue to have the conversation. And Eduardo's sitting right there having the conversation with him. I'm like, hey, Eduardo, come here. He's like, well, let me finish this thought. And I'm like, no, your whole point, like the whole point of you being here was to not be on the episode, was to be my assistant. And the joke is that he was Igor, Dr. Frankenstein's
Yeah. Oh,
assistant.
okay.
It's like that was the joke, right?
But
Like,
did
he's my
he dress
assistant.
up?
He wore all black and we stuffed a pillow in his back.
Okay.
But I mean, I wasn't Frankenstein. I was Walter White.
You're
But
I can be your Jesse Pinkman.
I was thinking about that, and Eddie's like, "Why don't you make him wear like Jesse stuff?" I'm like, first off, I don't think Eduardo has any stylish clothes.
Damn.
And second off, he doesn't have baggy clothes like Jesse does.
Yeah,
because even when Jesse's not dripping, it's like he's baggy clothes with like a beanie or something.
You think Jesse be dripping?
Sometimes he is like not like dripping like I think it's good, but it's like
Dude,
people would look at him and say like, "Oh, bro's dripping."
Ain't no way. He's like an early 2000s skater boy. Like
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
never
by those
associate.
standards. Yeah.
by early
And
2000s
skater standards? I guess. I don't
By the
think in
era of
general.
which it came out.
Okay, I can see by the era of which it came
2007?
out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know much about. I was 7, so I don't know like what the fashion scene was like.
No, just what I remember, like people talking about, like I've also seen memes of like Jesse drips. Again, I don't think he looks good, but it's just from the standards of the time.
People make drip videos about anyone though.
Yeah,
They say Floatzel drips and he just has a floaty.
kind of. He's like,
You know who Floatzel is?
No, but it just sounds funny.
It's a Pokemon.
Pokemon.
He just wears a floaty, and like the
well, it doesn't
floaty
wear a
drip-
floaty. His skin is a floaty.
But like that's the drip is the floaty. Man.
Ahead of our time.
What Pokemon?
Yeah, the floaty guy.
Oh yeah.
I've seen
It's
this
kinda
guy.
drippy. It's
No,
kinda
it looks
drippy.
good though.
It's kinda
Like the
drippy.
cyan blue goes hard.
Yeah, and that's his pre-evolution.
Nah, the next one's better.
Well, yeah, but
So recently you went to this city somewhere around us.
Oh, yeah,
What were you doing there?
I went to Austin. Well, my friends, they were gonna like see what.
Nothing.
You went to this one city, huh? No, but my friends were gonna go to Austin because like they were gonna visit their friend who like moved out of like Dallas, right? And I was like, I'll tag along. I have a friend over there, so we just went to Austin for like 3 days.
You guys all drive together?
Yeah. Well, I mean, one guy drove, and then
You didn't bring the Supra?
no, yeah. Let me bring like a 2-passenger car on like a hell of a road trip, man.
Yeah.
Hella gas. Okay, so I still don't have my car back, right? It's been at the shop since early January. That car's been in the shop longer than I've driven it. Just think about that for a second, right? And
I'll have to.
I feel like
okay,
you're
well,
getting scammed.
I'm actually getting. I started like they scrapped it a long time ago, and they just won't tell me about it. I've not seen any pictures, you know.
I'm waiting for them to like.
Why are you just accepting this?
I'm waiting for it to like be revealed that they actually like scraped the whole side of it, and they don't like they're too embarrassed to tell you. It's like it's too deep to repaint. And they can't buff it out, so they're like like a forklift ran into it or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's something catastrophic.
And
Like, the
they're
engine's
still, like,
just gone.
It's been stolen. They don't even have the car.
There's no way it
There's
should
no-
be in the shop for that long, man.
I-
Something went wrong.
I don't know what
or
to
you're
tell
getting
you.
scammed,
I'm
bro.
actually getting
There's no
scammed,
way.
man. It's
Like
wrong.
at this point, they could have manufactured a whole new one.
I could have. They wouldn't have just totaled the car. I would have a new car by now. Well, no.
What was wrong with it in the first place?
Shit, I don't know.
It hit an opposing car.
Yeah.
Oh, you just had an accident?
Yeah, I had an
And It's been in the
accident.
shop for like 12 years?
It's a pretty bad accident.
Yeah. Like my car got mauled, bro.
Yeah, his other car was good.
Yeah, it was a big ass truck, you know. So like, it was fun. Yeah, my car turned off and I guess like safety features, right? And it would not make left turns, right? That truck drove off like nothing happened.
I mean, yeah, it's a truck
It's a
versus
truck,
Supra,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But very sad. Austin, yeah. So until I got a rental, I didn't know how much gas my car consumed because I would fill it up like once or twice a week, right? The car I'm driving now, it's like twice a week, only $35. It's like a miracle. It's like so fuel efficient, man.
What car are you driving?
It's like a Corolla. It's a Toyota Corolla.
Oh, okay.
Corolla. Coordinate says she wants to be on the Jungle Juice episode.
That's what everyone says. Didn't Ash say that too?
Yeah, Ash said that too.
What's the Jungle Juice episode?
We're gonna make Jungle Juice.
The fuck is
chicken
Jungle
coop.
Juice?
Jungle Juice is just like every alcohol.
It's like, yeah, it's basically not every alcohol. It's like it's a lot of different alcohols, and it's not something that you like. You mass consume it.
You mass consume?
You like. Yeah. You don't really sip it.
Like a glass or a shot of it?
No, it's like.
What?
Like a jug, and you like this, and you like. And you mass consume it.
God.
Like it's like a bunch of. It's not every alcohol. It's like a bunch of different alcohols. You have like a bunch of fruit in there, fruit juice.
Does it taste good though?
No. You put more than 2 alcohols in a drink, it's never gonna. In my opinion, it's never gonna taste good.
Okay.
I don't know.
I've never had a drink with more than 2 alcohols that tasted good.
I've never made a tipsy bartender video or tipsy bartender drink that wasn't good. And I saw
Have you tried any of his drinks?
Yeah, I've tried a couple of them. And he has a jungle
the
juice
black
recipe.
guy, right?
Yeah.
All his drinks suck. His drinks are ass.
Dude, I've had like
in the
5
sink
of his.
stuff?
Not the ones he makes in the sink. Like, yeah, he makes stuff in the sink, but not the ones he makes in the sink.
That's the only only videos I've seen from him.
I've also seen him make some in the toilet too. It's just for like shock value.
Well, it's not okay. I'm not saying because it's in the sink it's ass. I'm saying the drink itself is just ass though.
I've had like 4 or 5 of his drinks. So I'm like, okay, it's pretty good. I like this. Like, obviously there's like something I would change about it, but like for the most part, it's a good base. Like a lot of the drinks have like the drinks that we make are good bases, and then you build upon the base. You know?
Yeah.
Like in Jungle Juice, like maybe we all get like a couple swigs and we're like, hey, let's add some like pineapple juice. All right, well it went down by this much, so let's just fill it up with pineapple juice. Just mix it with a big spoon, see how it feels.
Like Jungle Juice episode is just gonna be like the only thing, just jungle juice.
Yeah, I feel like
a banana drink.
I was thinking like
jungle themed.
Well, I was thinking like, well, yeah, it could be like jungle themed. I can get like a
Donkey Kong.
Yo, I can get like Deven can wear Donkey Kong. You know, he can wear his monkey business. Did you see that from high school?
Yeah, I don't think he has that anymore, or it doesn't fit him.
We can make him buy one. he wear that. I'll wear like a Tarzan thing. No, I like the jungle themed episode, but I was thinking like
wear a Tarzan thing. Does he just wear nothing but like?
Well, I like a tarp. I'll wear like a tarp and like the maybe some like shorts.
Nah, just wear like the speedo.
Just the speedo thing.
Yeah.
So that Tarzan, there's other Tarzans that like iterations that have like not like a tarp, but it's like a thing that goes over his shoulder once he meets Jane.
Toga.
Like a toga, yeah, that's what it is. Not quite a toga, but kind of a toga. It's like
the caveman look, essentially.
Yeah, it's like the caveman look. I'll probably wear that, and then like I was thinking about doing like games, like board games, card games, like
Jumanji.
Jumanji. I've never played Jumanji. That could be fun.
Oh, you mean like playing them? I thought you meant like because like Jumanji is like jungle, right? So.
Yeah, I was just saying like we're gonna drink. It's basically what we want to do with lives with the people, like during the chicken coop, but like. We're gonna do that with just us, so it's like we're gonna play a board game or play a card game, and we're trying to like the hardest things is gonna be camera angles, and we can logistically we can figure that out. It's not gonna be too difficult. I mean, it will be, but it's not gonna be that bad. We have like 9 cameras. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4,
hella phones.
5.
No?
We got 5 cameras at least, and then we got phones, so we can make the camera angles work. It's just gonna be hard.
Where are the 5 cameras coming from?
Your camera, my camera, Doom, Jose's.
What's Doom?
Like that camera, that camera.
You talking about webcams?
Well, yeah, like your webcam, my webcam, Jose's
okay.
webcam, that camera, and then like Eduardo, even though his ass has one.
Okay.
Natalie has one if she'll let us borrow it. We also have phones. Like logistically, we make.
Honestly, the phones might look better. I would say the phones might look better.
Also, like we do have the options available. You know.
Yeah.
You seen Across the Spider-Verse?
I haven't. I was gonna go on Sunday.
It's out of frame.
No, it's not. Oh,
yeah, it is because it's zoomed in. They've seen it before.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't. I think I'm gonna watch it this Saturday, just because like the way my friends do it is like they're basically like, all right, these road tickets you buy and then we'll watch it, right? But I'm honestly too lazy to buy my ticket. Like I can't bring myself to like buy it online.
I haven't bought a ticket for myself. Like
if someone buys it for me and then they'll just like pay me back, like I'll go, right?
Yeah.
But like the hassle of buying my own ticket and then coordinating, it's like, hey, where are you sitting? Or are these tickets even yours, or is this like strangers' tickets? Like,
I usually just like
completely agree.
Like when we negotiate stuff like that, like someone will send a screenshot of like the seats, and then I'll just be like, I'll take H7. And then like
they
sit wherever they want, and it's like if they want to sit next to me, they sit next to me. But I took A7.
No one wants to buy 12 tickets at once though, because there are people who just like take forever to pay.
That's your problem. It's because you're going with like 12 people.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but
you
like
need to get like a close like.
No, but that's the party though. That's the vibe.
Your close friends. Do you not have like a closer group of friends within the circle?
We do, but the closer group of friends are not gonna go watch a movie. It's a weird dynamic, right? Because like you have the boys.
Well, do you have like a movie crowd that you go with? Is that 12?
That's just the whole group. Yeah.
So the closer,
I rarely go to movies.
So the closer friends, so the friend circle inside the 12 friend circle, won't see movies.
No,
but they will.
They'll see movies at my
12.
house.
But they will with the whole 12.
Yeah, they will with the whole 12.
So then just fuck them. Like ignore them and just go with the people that will go see a movie. Like for instance, like me, Eddie, and Deven. We just went and watched that movie on Saturday, I think it was.
Yeah.
So it's like
it was Saturday.
So it's like you just gotta go. You know.
We just wait because we'd all be down to watch the movie, right? But we don't want to coordinate. That's what the group mom is for. She sets up the event and then we're like, I guess we're going now because like the event has been. We're just lazy. We're lazy and we cannot coordinate. I try setting up events. I'm just like, Allie, just do this for me, please. You know, and because I'm, you know, half the times that I'm hosting at my house because you know it's always at my house. I'm just
a big ass house. He's rich.
Well, the point is at my house, right? I don't want to coordinate, set up the time. She's like, what time? Like, I don't know, 6, 7, you know? And I'm already setting up the house. Huh?
You're just lazy.
I'm lazy. Yeah, like, the house is there. I did my part in giving the house as, like, the hangout spot, you know? Everyone else can do the rest.
I think that's how it works.
I'm just lazy as hell, man.
That reminds me, like, Deven always talks about, like, what is he always like talks about how like people in the group like we're so hard to coordinate because no one wants to like be the person to coordinate whatever, and Devin's like, I do my job, there's so many stuff that I coordinate. This is it. We wanted to go see the movie. Y'all want to see Spider-Verse? No time. Just like y'all want to see it open-ended.
Well, first he has to confirm.
Well, it's like of course we want to see fucking Spider-Verse. And it's like Eddie and I were like, yeah, how does Saturday sound? So like now we're getting somewhere. And Devin's like, I don't care, let me know. That's his coordination. He brought up the idea and was like, I did my part. Or it's like, y'all hungry? What kind of fucking question is that? You're gonna be like especially like, hey, y'all trying to go get some ramen at 7? Like, be specific.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That reminded me.
I mean, I think Devin's like questions do make sense though. It's to get the general feel first instead of.
They make sense, but it's like he asked one question, it's like, all right, I did my part.
I think it would make sense if he doesn't just pack it up after the one question.
Yeah, like I'm not saying the question is the issue. It's the fact that it's only the question. It's only the, hey, movie? Food?
I think you're onto something though, because so many times I've tried, anyone tries coordinating, right? It's like, what's the plan? No one responds. It's like, well, I don't fucking know.
What's the move for tonight?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I initiated the idea that we're moving tonight, guys. You figure out what we're doing.
So it has to be like, who wants to bowl tonight? And then we'll be like, oh, bowling sounds interesting. You know?
Who wants to bowl tonight at 6? Huh?
I
can't do 6, but 6:30.
Yeah,
it's like that.
Yeah.
Now we're getting somewhere.
You might have just solved like half my group's problems just by.
Literally just add like 2 words, like at blank.
You know how much thumb movement that is for me, Tyler? Like
See, that's why you always talking about my Apple better. I just got a pen, bro. I just write it out.
Oh, you got a stylus for your thing?
Yeah, I could be like this. I could be like movies at 2. Look at that.
Damn, and you just like send that.
And I can send that. I don't, but like I could.
You could.
You can get a stylus for any phone. It's not just your thing. Any phone can get a stylus.
It comes with it.
It does come with it. I'm not gonna buy like $100 Apple Pen for my phone. You know.
You don't have to. You can find like bougie ones.
Can you imagine getting like a pen for your like tiny ass screen though?
Yeah, it seems weird.
There's phone cases that have like retractable.
My dad has it. Yeah. The only time I can imagine a stylus being useful is like a tablet. Like I can't.
Yeah, an iPad.
I can't see why I'm using a stylus on my little ass phone. Like. Just my thumb reaches everywhere on the screen. I don't need to draw, and I'm not a drawer. I'm not out here drawing stuff, so I don't need.
I will say it's pretty convenient. Like if I have like documents or something that I have to sign, I can just pull up my phone. I can just like.
I can see that.
I can go really fast.
All the documents I've ever signed, you just like push a button. It's just like the e-sign.
Well, there's some that have that, but some actually like you have to that I've done like when I know when I did my passport, they I had to like sign some stuff on my phone. I couldn't just like push the button.
Where'd you get? Didn't we get our passports at the same place?
Just that place in.
Yeah.
There.
I think it's the only one we can get around here.
There.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to do that. I just like pushed the document e-sign.
They sent me like a thing, and it was like I had to sign. Like I had to actually like initial and sign.
The only stuff I had to like sign was I went there in person, and then like
signed physically.
Papers.
Yeah. No, like the paperwork.
I've never had
the paperwork they sent before. Like I didn't have the option to. I don't know if it was just like the one that they sent me. Maybe they sent me one from like 2004. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it's like that old. I think that's still a thing that people do. It's just like I don't see it. Like I'm sure it's a thing that exists. obviously it does exist.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never see it.
How fast did you get your passport?
Pretty fast. Like 2
Because
weeks.
okay, that's what I was saying. I was talking to the guys, people at work, and they're like, "Yeah, I ordered my passport. I had to like expedite it because I was leaving in like a month, and it still took them 6 weeks to give me my passport, so I had to like delay whatever." And I was like, because they're like, "Do you have your passport?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "How long did it take you?" And I was like, "I did the paperwork. It was like 2 weeks." Like, dang, you expedited? I'm like, nah, they gave it to me in 2 weeks.
I think some people just like
They're assholes on purpose.
I feel like,
don't know how to do things.
no, I feel like they do it like, not that they intentionally do it wrong. I think something happens and something goes wrong, which delays the process.
Yeah, so I'm saying people just don't know how to do things.
And it's
a lot of the time.
at least you and I, it's like, it literally was like, bring this stuff, sign this. And that's all it was. It was so simple.
Yeah.
Bring this much, cashier's check. Like, you can't have like a card. It's like, okay.
Which is stupid, but
it's dumb. Or like cash check or a money order.
Just go to Walmart real quick. Grab a money order.
like either
the checkbook thing is like, who has a checkbook in this day and age?
That's what I said. That's what I said. Well, that's why I took my mom with me, because I was like, I paid my mom back, but like I used her checkbook. So I was like, okay, so she has her checkbook, and then it was like higher, like, like $100, whatever it was, and I just paid her back. But I was like, I don't have a need for check, and I will die on this hill. There's so many family reunions I've talked about, because they do the whole like, they don't even teach cursive in school anymore. They're doing this in school.
Thank God they don't teach cursive anymore.
They actually do though.
Well, they taught me in the third grade, and out of spite, I kept it. I kept it out of spite.
When you get older,
they're not doing it now though. That's the thing.
Like for like Mason generation.
Yeah, like Mason's never done cursive.
Okay.
Thank God.
But anyways,
important.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, there was like, y'all don't know how to address a mail, like envelopes and stuff.
It's
like
TikTok girl.
Well, no, those there, but like that's like actual conversations I've had with like my aunts and uncles and grandparents and stuff like that, great uncles and great aunts. And like my whole thing is, look, first off, I do know how to do that, so don't say y'all. All right, maybe my little brother, but I know how to do this. All right. Because that's the only way half you fuckers respond is like
through
sending
letter?
fucking envelopes.
No shot.
Like legit, like people didn't know I was graduating. Like I texted my grandma. She didn't know what time my graduation was. I was like, I texted you. She's like, I don't see it. So like, and this was like, months before I graduated. I sent her a letter. Oh, I got your invite. I fucking texted you like 2 months ago. You just now got the no. It's in your fucking text. Check your text right there. It says, hey, I'm graduating at this time. It's just things like that.
Well, it's just not even like that. Where you fight a generalization with a generalization. Like, oh, we don't know how to write. You don't know how to use a computer. You don't know how to use
exactly.
Just fight a generalization with another generalization.
Well, and like the whole like
people
the whole like Elon thing where she brought the was it Gen Z or millennial? I think it was Gen Z on for like the rotary phone. Have you seen that? So she Ellen brought on. I want to say she was she's like a couple years older than us. Like 98, 99 or something like that, right? And they brought her on the show.
Like a celebrity or just a girl?
No, I think she was like big on like TikTok or something, but like she wasn't like big.
Charlie D'Amelio?
No, but like she had a rotary phone, and she was like, "Do you know how to use this?" And then she was like, "No." And like everyone laughed at her, and it's like, okay, Ellen, but do you know how to use this technology? Do you know how to use your computer properly? I mean, Ellen probably does because she's like rich or whatever.
She's a celebrity.
But it's like typically like your generation, do you know how to do all this stuff? No. It's just the technology of your time.
Yeah.
Would I know how to use like a fax machine? Even though I do, but like faxes should be obsolete. That's a whole other thing. But it's like if I didn't
I actually
ever
like
use
fax machines.
Nah, I find it funny that they give that as an option.
They're kind of obsolete. There's almost.
But I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the fax.
You like the loudest beep boops, bro? Yes. I remember when my dad had one of those in the office. It was so annoying. Like, zzz, zzz.
I don't know, man. I'm just a fan of them.
It's like a Xerox.
I think they're cool.
like a laser printer. But no, it's like I will die on this hill that things need to go obsolete. Cursive, there's no need for cursive.
Whoa, it's faster than print though.
Depends on how you write.
No, because like if you're trying to write print fast, it's like messier. Cursive, it's meant to be written like slanted. It's like meant to be connected.
Cursive is meant to be messy.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's not messy. It's organized.
It's organized. It's just it's all
but
connected.
You can write fast and like messy, but still have it organized.
But it's not gonna look good. Cursive is almost always gonna look good.
Just because it's cursive,
because it's cursive.
No, because I knew people in high school that exclusively wrote in cursive, and their shit, you couldn't even read their stuff.
Yeah, it's an outlier, but most of the time, cursive is typically gonna look better than most. Because even if it's bad cursive, it still looks neat. Because it's all the squiggles.
I will say if they're writing like, especially when I write like my notes sometimes, right, and I'm writing really fast, like the N's, the M's, the U's all kind of look the same at some point, right? But like I can read it, right? It's like it's my handwriting, so I feel like that's most people though, no? Like you can read your own handwriting better than that's just handwriting. Period. Yeah.
Like I can write the most sloppy thing ever. I'm like, what is that on my door? But I know what it
That's
is.
my doctor's note. Yeah.
Like whenever I'm like doing something quick, like I don't do this for like school notes or anything. It's just mainly like when I write something random for like work or something. I'm like, all right, let me real quick write a note. Like, when I used to take orders at Sonic like in person and I had to write it on paper, I'll do the sloppiest thing ever. But like I know what everything is. I'll be like SP slash that, and I'm like, all right, you see this? Put that order, and they're like, what is this? Yeah, but I mean, I think that's just handwriting in general. You're always gonna have your like. It's just your mind, right? So you know how your mind works. Like, that little ukulele, that meant to be like an S.
Yeah,
You
that's why
kinda know it.
that's funny when you see someone like can't read their own. They're not like consistently can't read their own handwriting, but it's like they'll write it fast and they're like, I don't know what the fuck I said. I don't know what this is.
I wrote it down, but I don't know what I wrote down.
Yeah, it's like it's there.
Yeah.
Not much else.
What do you think about the people who always try and like flex the things that shouldn't be flexed? It's like a thing a lot of people do, especially like our generation. It's like the whole like, y'all niggas really passing class. Like people like flexing the stuff that they
You
shouldn't
really
be
going to
flexing.
school?
Yeah.
Y'all really be wiping your ass?
Or like Devin's like, yeah, my handwriting be bad. I'm like, that's not a flex, bro. Your
It's like,
handwriting's
no, you
ass.
didn't get it. Mine's so like, yeah, it's like they wanna pass it off like yeah, that's a flex. It's like yeah, I'm so bad at this.
Yeah.
Or it's like
Y'all niggas can afford to eat out tonight? Yes.
Can you not?
Yeah, like I've been thinking about that all the time. Every time I see, I'm like, why? Who made this a thing? Why is this a thing to flex thing that shouldn't be flexes?
I feel like it's like an ironic meme that became like. It's like those things like where you do
It
things.
started off ironic,
You do things
I think.
ironically and then they become unironic over time. And I feel like that's what it was. It's like it was a meme and then now people are like genuinely like you actually do this. You really cook your rice? What?
Y'all niggas be eating healthy? Yes, sometimes I try.
You really be drinking actual water? What?
I went to the Dr. Pepper Museum on the way back. I thought about it because you were like only water.
Yeah.
And then I was like, only Dr. Pepper, and never mind. You know, it was fun. I like the Dr. Pepper Museum.
Never been.
You should. It's like, they make
Where's
it.
at?
It's in Waco.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Man, that's like Baylor Town though.
Oh, I shot a gun for the first time because on the way back, you know, there's like, what can we do on the way back? There was like a shooting range, so that was fun. Thing went like, bah.
What caliber was it? Do you remember?
A 9. Okay, listen, Tyler. It was my first time, and
You bought a 9?
well, it was more like bah, but like I still like.
It should be more like
Okay, my bad, Tyler. My bad.
9
You
is like
know,
almost no kick, man.
I just
I'll get you. I'll get you on like a 45-70 or something.
that's how like it flies out of my hands. No,
Just
like
don't let
just don't want to go. The guy was like, "No, I don't think you guys should try like a Ruger or whatever." My friend wanted to.
Well, Ruger's just a brand.
It's just a brand. Well, it was
It's
like it was like a.
it's like, hey, I want to get into shoes. Yeah, you shouldn't try a Nike.
Okay, well, I think it was like
Shouldn't.
it was labeled.
Try Skechers.
It's a canon event.
Yeah.
It was like it just had like the label, and it was like a revolver essentially, right? So he was like, "No, don't try it." And then
Probably like a 357.
I could not tell you. And then I shot like an AR-15. So that one felt. I hate the smell of gunpowder. I realized.
I don't like it.
Really? Because
Yeah, it's not
at first I was like it was mixed
Conflicted.
emotions, right?
Yeah.
Because it kind of was like it doesn't smell bad, but at the same time it was like kind of smells like gasoline.
I like the smell of gasoline.
You like the smell of gasoline? Well,
I
I
like
think
gasoline and exhaust.
see, I think it's just I'm scared of the smell of gasoline because I'm just thinking, oh man, my brain cells are dying every time I like smell gasoline.
Yeah.
You know?
No, like it has like a good smell. It's like it kind of reminds me of like canon event that every boy must go through, having like some generic ass like soap or something. I don't know how I got there. Like my brain made it make sense when I was thinking of it. When I was saying it, I don't know why it made sense to me. Oh, because like I was thinking of men's sense where it's like charcoal, burning wood,
whiskey. I don't know. Yeah.
whiskey barrel. It's like that's like the men's scent of soap. And it reminded me of like the gunpowder.
It's like the WD-40 cologne. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Like the 15 in one. Yeah, I think like the soap that I use, it's like Old Spice. It's like Dragonborn or something.
Dragonborn,
What it's called? It's like the dragon.
Skyrim?
Basically, it's like the red dragon one.
Huh.
Oh, I've seen that one before.
I
Yeah.
like that one. It's kind of like it smells good.
I think I just use like Dove or something. I don't
You know,
even-
Yeah.
Dove isn't soap.
What do you mean Dove isn't soap?
Dove isn't soap. It's like a I think it's called like it's not a lather. It's a specific term. It's like basically to moisturize your skin, but Dove isn't soap.
I've been living like
even
a
if
lie
they
my
brand
whole
it as
life.
soap, because like the way that Dove is, it's
Mhm.
not technically soap.
I have to consult Ash now.
Yeah, you might.
What does Ash work at Dove?
Nah, but she's like big into like
Cosmetics
like cosmetics,
and
skincare,
skincare,
things like
yeah.
that. But yeah, people talk about it's like if you have like the Dove bar soap,
Mm-hmm.
it's like not actually a soap.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
It's not messed up. It's just a technicality.
Nah,
Yeah,
I feel like I've
it's
been lied
just-
to my whole life.
Because you can still use it to clean yourself, but it's not technically soap.
No one's been like,
Because
this isn't
I
actually
think what
soap.
it does is that it doesn't clean the skin. It just makes it smell good and like lathers it. It makes it softer.
So it doesn't clean you.
Not really.
It's quite literally not soap then.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know how.
No,
correct
but have you heard that before? Like,
No.
Okay, I saw a video. Someone talking about like the definition of soap
Mm-hmm.
and like how Dove isn't technically a soap.
Oh, under that definition. Okay.
Under the definition of like what soap is.
Oh, okay.
It's like emulsified fat, and I want to say Dove is like artificial, and because it's not an emulsified fat, then I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It's like a whole thing.
I just think it's wild. The first people who like invented soap, they're like, animal fat, and like,
Animal fat. Let's emulsify it. Salt. Let's get some plants in there. Crush them up.
like, it's just wild to me. Like, who thought of this?
Yeah, just like who thought about drinking the milk titties? from the cow.
Who thought about baking bread twice?
Yeah, I mean they ate with that one.
Hey, that one, literally.
Wait,
I think it's. I don't think that's big of a leap though, because it's kind of soft. So you're like, I wonder what would happen if I cooked it again, right?
Yeah.
But
Or
it's
like a cow titty.
Yeah, it's just like, what were you doing, bro?
So in my opinion, one of two
Especially
things.
because it's
happen.
white too, so it's like you know what else is white that comes from that. Like,
Well,
why
it's
would
like,
you try
they
it?
know it's the female cow though.
Still though,
Yeah,
female
I
cow,
guess, yeah.
females still have this stuff.
But then again, you also see like okay, so like anyways, it goes back like you saw. There's two things that happen in my opinion. There might be more, but like just right now, off the top of my head, I think it's two things. You see the cow give birth. The calf
drink it.
The calf drinks from the udders. Okay. You see a human woman give birth. The baby drinks from the titty.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting nutrients.
The neurons.
And they like you would think like okay, so like baby drink from mother's tit and it's nutritious. So I see the goat or the cow and their baby's drinking from it, so I'm gonna drink from it. Okay, and then from there it branches off. So either he went like and saw what happened, or he just like put the whole thing in his mouth and started like sucking on it like a calf did, right?
I'm gonna say with like
One of those
the
two
latter.
things. The latter, yeah.
He definitely sucked on it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then to go back to the initial divergent, if he didn't see it happen and put the association together, he was kind of just like into bestiality. It was like, "Man, that's a nice cow tit. I'm gonna like suckle on it." And then he did it, and he was like,
no.
delicious.
Yeah, and he never went back.
And then he was just like,
That's the origin of bestiality. The guy who invented milk is actually
That is
the
him.
creator of
It was
bestiality
him.
as well. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah, it was Charles Bestio. Bestio. Yeah.
Bestiality, something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Wait,
His third law:
Yeah.
thou shalt have sex with animals.
of course, of
It's
course.
quite a weird law.
Yeah.
It's more
you follow
of a,
it.
Huh?
You follow it?
No, of course.
it's more
verbatim.
of like a principle, really.
It's like a law.
It's like a law in
Newton's
technicality.
third law.
Yeah.
Schrodinger's seventh law. Yeah. If you're important enough in science, you have laws.
You have
That's just how it
laws?
works. Yeah.
And he developed a whole kink, so it's like you have to give him his dues. You
You
know?
gotta give him his name.
Darwin's eighth law.
Yeah.
Like if you're important enough to the community, they give you laws.
They give
That's
you a
just
law.
how the science community is.
I feel
Science
like
communities are just nice.
They'll name a bug after you too. I think like that's like a big thing.
A bug? No.
Yeah, no, yeah, because like they discover bugs and then they're like,
No.
that's a Darth Vader bug.
No, I feel like they like
they have like
call it,
7 Darwin bugs.
This is like Drosophilus, blah blah blah. Looks like Darth Vader though, so it's a Darth Vader bug.
So this is Darth
It's
Vader?
like there's like a name for it, and like the colloquially it's called this.
Nah, I think
It's
it's,
like
just
it's like stink bugs aren't actually called stink bugs. They have like a whole other name, but it's like colloquially they call them. Good example, roly polies. You know exactly what I'm talking about?
what's the real name?
Well, it's like some scientific name. But people call them like pill bugs. People
That's
call them dirt bugs.
no. They
It's
are
because
only
it's
ever
because it's a
called
colloquial
roly
name.
polies.
Another thing, mountain lions,
Cougars?
cougars, pumas, mountain lions. They're all the same thing. It's just colloquial names.
I refuse to believe that there's like there's another name for roly polies that isn't roly polies.
Pill bugs
Pill
are a huge
bugs.
one,
Pill
Yeah.
bugs.
especially up north.
They look like pills.
They don't though. They
Yes, they
roll.
do.
When
They roll.
Yes, when they roll up, they look like little
Pills.
pills.
They're also kind of hard. Like not hard per se, but you know, like they're
Hard
solid.
relative to them.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
pill. They're a pill. Like it's not.
I've
unrealistic
never
to-
heard anyone call a roly poly a pill bug.
because you stay in the same group. You don't expand.
The internet exists.
You're also
the internet
staying. You're also
exists.
and you're
staying
not
in
on
the
it.
same area.
You're only playing video games in your
Whoa.
little circle.
You don't have social media.
don't-
You don't even have TikTok, dude.
Okay, I'm living my
You know,
life.
how many TikToks I want to send you,
You're
and I'm
stuck
like,
in a
fuck, he doesn't
bubble.
have TikTok. I'm not gonna download this shit and send it to him.
You just copy paste the link and then like send it to me.
You might just get fucking TikToks. I just sent it to you. I literally said you don't have to. Don't even go on your For You page. Just watch what I send you. That's all you need. Just watch what I send you.
Here's the thing, like I know the second I install it, I'll just be hooked.
Okay.
I don't want that. You know, I don't just want to like doom scroll all day.
You can. They have limiters put in there. You can like do like a 30-minute or 1 hour screen time, and it shuts
You can
off.
do it for like any app, honestly.
lot
Because
of
like
apps,
parental
yeah.
control, especially with at least I know with iPhone.
iPhones,
I'm sure
yeah.
other phones have it too. You like parental controls, but like I can only be on YouTube for an hour. Lock
Yeah.
me out.
See, I don't even know what I do all day because I haven't seen any shows. I haven't like watched YouTube really.
Yeah, you're in your own bubble, bro. You don't expand. That's why you don't know anything.
Exactly.
Shit.
That's why you're always confused. Like what? What? Yeah.
What's this Pokemon?
Pokemon's a different thing though. It's a whole different beast.
I just know you guys are like playing that
Pocket
one
beast, a pocket monster.
Pokemon monster.
Yeah. Who's playing it? Devin and Tyler?
No, Eduardo too, right? Like that one Pokemon mod on Minecraft.
Oh, that was Eduardo, Natalie,
Jose.
Ash, and Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I was doing something that night, so I couldn't play, and then I think they stopped. So
They stopped playing.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't done any. I haven't even been in Discord in like since Sunday.
See, I haven't even been on Discord. I don't even know what I do all day, Tyler. Like I don't know.
Start working out.
You play Hunt, right?
I play, yeah, but I haven't even played. I don't even play Hunt that often. I play like once every 3-4 days, and in terms of video games, that's all I play.
Once every 3 or 4 days is a lot for me, honestly.
Really? For
I don't
me,
play video games that much.
Yeah, I've realized that like during the work week now, it's like I wake up, I go to work, I get back, go to gym, eat, go to sleep. And that's like my whole schedule.
Yeah.
like, is there time to do much else?
No, like
that's what I'm
literally,
saying.
it's, I
don't know what I'm
wake up,
doing all
I go to
day.
work, get home, go to the gym, get home, eat, sleep, wake up.
That's how it used to be for me at Encore. That was like, it was just like eat, sleep, work, and on my days off, I would like, okay, I could actually like play video games or watch TV shows. That's when I was playing Danganronpa at the time. I was like, all right, because like Danganronpa takes like, if you want to do like a whole chapter like I do, because I don't like to like play
Stop
in 30
halfway
minutes.
through,
Yeah, like
yeah.
how Eduardo does. I wanted to finish the chapter. Each chapter is like 12 hours long, and
What
I
the hell?
speed ran in the sense where I've like I skipped all the side stuff and I just like read all the lines and all that, and that took like 12 hours. So like imagine actually playing Danganronpa would take forever. So that was my whole day off, was just playing one chapter of Danganronpa. Yeah. I was like, all right, there goes my day off.
That's why I'm excited about this weekend, just to see like how I'm gonna feel. Even though tomorrow it's gonna be pretty busy.
See, I sometimes I'm just like so tired that like I don't even have the energy to like do something fun.
That's why you consume media.
Consume media.
Dude,
You
no
have
matter
it,
how tired I am, I can like bust out my phone and bust out some like manga or some
Just
webtoons,
read.
just read. Like I literally just like, you know, take a shower, get ready for bed, and just like lay down and go on my phone.
See, for me, like manhwas or mangas are just like, let's say I'm out and about and I'm waiting for something, then I'll pull out my phone and read.
See, just get out of that habit and just start being a
At
consumer.
home.
Yeah.
At home.
Literally like 5 chapters a night.
The only time I did like just religiously consume, even like at home or in my room or whatever, was like Domestic Girlfriend. Because I got hooked and I could not stop reading.
As everyone should, if you.
As everyone should. Once again,
Lynxist, we know you're there.
you have to tell us if you started reading it at least, you know, because last time I believe he was like, I gotta read it now.
Dude,
you
there's
know?
so many people
did.
that
I'm
there's,
pretty sure
Oh, he did read it?
There's
Yeah.
there's people that like
He's never like said anything about it.
Oh. Then how do you
We don't
know?
if I think he said he finished it. Like I'm pretty sure he did.
and he said something about it was. I think he said it was good. No.
I'd have to look back into it. I'm maybe we're like completely wrong, but I know he at least said
He at least
said
started it or finished it.
Yeah, he started it at least. I feel like he said he finished it at some
And I
point.
thought he said
though.
it was like peak fiction or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember him saying that. But I don't know, I can look back and see.
Yeah, I mean like what was anyways? I remember what I was gonna say.
Manga, manhwa, consume.
Oh, there's people that ask you for like manga or anime recommendations, and like I'm like, so you read manga? You ever heard Domestic Girlfriend? Yeah, I watch the anime. Shit sucks. I'm like, yeah, it does. Go read the manga. And they're like, no, if the anime sucks, the manga sucks.
See, that
I'm
was
like,
me.
I'm like,
But I was enlightened.
Yeah, that's all. I'm like, can you just trust me for like literally like 10 chapters? Read 10 chapters. You'll be hooked. That's all it takes. Dip your toe and you'll dive.
I think sometimes you'd be surprised in how far just lying can get you in things like that. Where I'm just like at the point where I want to get people to read Domestic Girlfriend, and they're like, "I've watched the anime, it sucks." I'm
That's
like,
a
"Oh
different
yeah, yeah." They just adapted it wrong. Like they only adapted the first chapter. That's it. Everything else is different. That's well, that's all because like I don't want to go through the hassle of saying like they skipped that and like I don't want to explain it. It's easier to just say that because that's a cut and dry answer that gets them more interested versus me going through the hoops of like, all right, actually it's like this. Remember how like Tokyo Ghoul adapted different? It's like that where they did this, they skipped that. Like that's a whole bunch of extra stuff, and I could just say they only adapted the first chapter. Everything else they made up.
I'm like, oh, so the poor pacing was made sense. Like,
yeah. Exactly.
This is the first chapter.
Yeah, and then I've never had any troubles with that. Every time I say that, they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
And then they're like, "You lied to me, Gabe, but thank you."
Because they love it.
Yeah, you're like, you've enlightened my eyes. Have you read Grand Blue yet?
No.
Go read Grand Blue. That's your next binge.
That's my next binge.
Go read Grand Blue.
You two Lynxist. That's your next binge.
You two Lynxist. You know what? Y'all two are gonna be like buddy these recommendations. We're gonna go one for one, bar for bar.
I'll post my Discord in the comments. Add me, and then like we'll just start discussing all the mangas they have us read. You know. Yeah.
Getting the friends, you're like, all right, guys.
I'll start a little book club. Yeah, I'll start a little manga book club. Yeah.
You guys can do Media Monday. You and
Media Monday.
Yeah.
The hell's Media Monday?
It's an idea that.
No, it's like.
It's an idea that we have yet to do.
What kind of media? Just
literally
just
any media. That's why we didn't say like Anime Monday or Manga Monday. It's like
a Monday news report. Like these,
it's just like we read something or we consume a type of media and then we talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We never did it though. Obviously.
I mean, you can start it now. You know.
We've been saying that for like a year.
See, but like that's what you were saying about like the chicken coop, but like, you called it something else back then.
No, chicken coop was like, let's try it, okay. And it was like the next month.
What was it? That was like Jowp After Dark. That's what like always.
Because that's what chicken coop basically is.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's basically what chicken coop is.
Yeah.
So I mean, it happened.
Yeah, in a sense, because like we always talk about Jowp After Dark, and then Chicken Coop just basically became Jowp After or Dark, but like it's slightly different.
It's just like it's mostly like an editing thing, because I could just edit it to where it's like we're only reviewing the drinks and the thing's like 20 minutes long. But it's like I like the long form content.
Wait, so how long is?
Better for also because it's the monthly
usually it's like
series.
3 hour recording. Ooh, like 2 to 3 hour. But it ends up being like hour 45 ish.
Oh, after everything.
There's a lot of stuff I cut out.
Oh, okay.
A lot of dead space.
Yeah. You breaking ice?
No, that was still in. I think you actually still see me with the hammer in there. Oh, okay. Because like I just muted my mic and they were still talking.
Yeah, there's also some conversation where I'm like this is ass, and Tyler's like, yeah, it's ass, and we're gonna cut it out. Like I'm sure there's. I haven't watched the episode. I'm sure there's some conversation in there that just didn't. I cut
out like 40 minutes right there at the end.
Yeah.
Of us just talking about like spoilers, and then like not like spoilers for y'all, but it's like us being like me and Eduardo being spoilers, and then
that one.
There was like another thing, and I was like, this shit is boring. Like, I think most of the Last of Us conversation I cut out because I was like, Eddie's just going on a tirade against it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like not important because the last couple of drinks took a while to make, so I was like, they were just sitting here talking, and I was like, nah, I'm alright, I'm gonna do that.
I feel like a lot of times, especially when there's a big group of people and there's a conversation rolling for a while, people just don't want it to end. So there's kind of just like blank space and stuff. That's why conversation.
That's why
Devin. I think what happened in that chicken coop, where it was just like we should have ended the episode realistically like a long time ago, but there's just so many people there. You're just like, let's just keep the conversation going, might as well. So we just keep talking about random stuff, it's like what you do normally.
Yeah.
But like we're being recorded, so it's different. So it's like, all right, we can just end the episode and then talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, that's why again, it's just what Deven says, but it's why Deven says that he like will sometimes just like blurt out random things like for shock value and to get like the conversation going. And it's like, so kids are hot, right? Or something. And then like try to get the shock value of the like, to spark a conversation.
Does it work?
No. We're just all like, shut the fuck up.
I don't remember every time it's ever worked for Devin. He just says it and then everyone ignores him.
Yeah, and then he's like
no, generally you can hear the gasp a lot of times because he's mad because he's like, man, I thought about that for like 3 hours and I thought it was gonna be the best.
I've been waiting for it to come up. I've been waiting for it to come up.
He'll cook up something for like 3 hours. You can tell he's been cooking up waiting for for it to come up. He says it and then no one reacts. He's pissed. He's like all right. And then he'll like on the conversation, I don't care anymore. Y'all didn't care about my conversation. How am I gonna care about your conversation?
Yeah.
It's like, get petty about it.
It's like, hey Devin, you got a new car, right? It's like, no.
Yeah, so what about it?
Why do you care? It's like, all right, it's the question.
Yeah. Just if you ever see Devin do that on the podcast, just know that's because he got mad. He got shut down. He does that a lot. He'll quit on the conversation if he gets mad.
Yeah.
Which I think like I remember this happening with that's not like in general though. Devin's just like he quit on conversation if he gets mad about something.
Mad or like bored.
Yeah, bored is his word for replacing mad, because he doesn't want to admit he's mad. So he'll say he got bored with something. I'm like, nah, you got mad.
Or he doesn't. I don't care anymore.
I don't care.
I don't even care about this man.
It's like, all right,
or it's
sure.
like, you notice like when he's arguing something, he's like, I don't actually believe this. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
It's like you believed it until you didn't.
Until you realize you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like the I can't remember what it was, but it was something with you and him were arguing about it. And he's like, you know what, whatever. It does it. Whatever. It was like recently, in the episodes.
It's happened so much.
Yeah.
Like was it in an episode?
It was an episode, yeah.
I don't even remember. I don't even remember what happened like in 85 or some shit.
Tyler, don't you edit these videos,
draft
man?
No, I edit.
He only edits Chicken Coop.
Oh.
Yeah. I edit them, but like I don't remember either.
You kind of go like those.
They go out of sight, out of mind.
When you go like to edit stuff, it usually is autopilot.
Oh, it's autopilot.
Cut out dead space and then just overlay music. At least with something like this, where there's not much editing involved.
Okay.
At least for me, when I edit an episode, I finish it and I'm done. Like I don't think about it again.
Save, upload, boom.
Yeah, and then I'm like, it's out of my mind, and I forget about it. And the episode comes out. Sometimes people will comment, and then when they comment, that'll give me an idea of what happened in the episode. If they don't comment, I have no idea what happened. Like, all right. I mean, I have chapters obviously to go off of now too, but yeah.
I feel like you've been doing that for a while now.
Yeah, I've been doing chapters ever
chapter
since
thing?
like 30s or something. But
Yeah.
but like even though like I don't always look at the chapters, so it's just like the chapters are done and then I forget about them. Same thing with the episodes. Like I do the chapters and I forget about them. I don't know what the chapters were for like 2 episodes ago. I don't even remember that, and I probably didn't make it that long ago.
Damn, quite literally out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, that's just
That's
what
how
it is.
That'd be way too much information to keep in your brain.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think about like each episode minimum an hour, on average an hour, and there's what 90 of them out right now. Well, as of recording, 90 of them out right now. So when yours comes out, 94 episodes out. That's like almost 100 probably honestly over 100 hours of content. That's a lot to keep in your brain.
Yeah.
That is long.
Realistically. But you'll see the Twitch stuff.
Which stuff?
Like the ad, the amount of monetization stuff?
No, it was like a bunch of like the advertisers
Yeah.
and stuff like that, like sponsors and.
They messed it up and they were like, never mind, we
try to
go
walk
back.
it back.
Yeah.
But then they didn't even say they're trying to walk it back. It's like, okay, so basically they put out like a thing where they talked about like the new updates they're gonna do to Twitch regarding like sponsorships, because you know they did like the 50-50 thing with subs, right? Okay,
I
so
don't keep up with Twitch.
okay, so affiliates I believe used to be 70-30 or 75-25, something like that, where like the streamer is actually getting most of the money, and then now, or not affiliate, that's a partner, yeah. But then they switched to like a 50-50 across the board no matter what. So they lost like a lot of money. And like people have talked about, like streamers make a lot of their money off of sponsorships and ads. That's where a lot of like, yes, they get money from subs and donos and stuff like that, but the bulk of their money is going to come from sponsorships and ads. Well, Twitch released something that said like all these rules regarding how a streamer can have a sponsor. And there was like really tight constraints, like if they have something on the screen, like an overlay for like the sponsorship, you know, if it says like use code whatever for 3% off or 20% off, whatever, it has to be 3% of the total screen size. At most 3% of the total screen size. So 3% or smaller. And then they can't have their own ads that they made. So all the ads have to be through Twitch. Basically, like a bunch of their stuff is so that Twitch can put their hands like in the pockets of the streamers more. So it's like everything that you do has to conform to our rules, but pretty much the only way there could be banners like every it has to conform to our rules, and because the rules are so tight, you basically have to get your ads from Twitch, which means that Twitch gets a cut of the money.
Okay.
And then like people were complaining, and like they walked it back. They basically put out a statement like, yeah, like it was, you know, very generalized and blah, 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 but they didn't say, like, we're not doing this. They just said, like, trying to dampen the blow of, like, yeah, these are just general, like, things. And
that's like what Netflix did, too.
Yeah, with the password sharing.
Yeah, they were like, that's not actually what we meant, but they didn't take it back.
It's like, we didn't actually mean America. We meant just Canada and the Latin countries, and then also Europe, and then maybe a little bit of Asia and Australia.
Some of the U.S. a little bit, probably about
like,
50 of the
yeah,
states at least.
like at least 50 plus Puerto Rico, if I had to say. Maybe Guam as well.
Yeah, that was one thing. because like I don't know about the Twitch thing. I would assume if you're a Twitch partner, probably sucks because I mean, that's how you make your money, right?
Yeah.
Anyone messing with your money, like no matter how much rich, because a lot of people love to hate on rich people for like complaining about not being as rich as they should, but like no matter how much money you make, you're gonna be mad at someone messing with your money. Regardless.
That's your money. You made that, yeah.
Especially if you've earned it. Like rich people, regardless of what you think about them, they do earn their money, and in one way or another, they earn it. So of course they're gonna be mad if someone messes with it in some way.
Yeah, I mean, like, and Charlie's talked about it, and he said like, YouTube has pretty much the same thing, but the difference that YouTube has it just on the books, they don't employ it. Like it doesn't actually go into practice. It's just kind of there, but they don't ever enforce, having your own ads or, size of banners or codes or whatever. But Twitch is like gonna lean heavy into it. And I think it's just because YouTube.
I thought they were saying that they were gonna go back on it though.
No, literally it was like it was a PR like dampen the blow of like, yeah, what we put out was like very overgeneralized. We're obviously gonna tweak it a little bit.
Oh.
Tweak it a little bit, probably like nothing.
No, they might go from like 3% to 4% banner size or something.
3.2%.
Like like they're like, I forget exactly what they said, but basically like they said a nothing burger of just we're trying to dampen our PR a little bit, to soften the blow a little bit. But it doesn't actually accomplish anything. They're still gonna roll out that whole thing. It's kind of like what happened with Blizzard. Like I know y'all don't care, but like for Overwatch, like the PVE and stuff, which is the whole reason why they have Overwatch 2 is for a PVE and like a skill tree and all this stuff. And Blizzard was like, yeah, we actually like for the past like what was it 3-4 years that we've been developing it, we actually weren't. So sorry. And then they're like, everyone's like, are you at least gonna start now? And they're like, nah. It's too hard. it's like bro.
That's actually crazy.
I mean, it's like very overgeneralized what I just said, but that's effectively what happened. They're just like, are you starting now at least? No. We're just gonna like.
At this point, it's like we're just gonna focus on the game, PvP, right? Isn't that what they said?
PvE. So it's like campaign mode and stuff like that. But it's like that was the whole point of like making Overwatch 2. Like, so Overwatch 1, I want to say it's 2018 or 2019. They stopped releasing updates pretty much. They had like small updates, but they didn't have major updates. Like, quarterly, biannually, annually, whatever, right? They didn't have any major updates. Because the whole purpose of not having any major updates is that they were spending a lot of their efforts in developing a PvE, which would release as Overwatch 2. Which is why when Overwatch 2 came out, they were still marketing, you can still play Overwatch 1, but we're going to have Overwatch 2 for like the PvE and stuff like that, which was fine. Because then it's like you still play Overwatch 1. But then when Overwatch 2 came out, it was basically just the same game as Overwatch 1, but instead of a 6v6, it's now a 5v5. And you have like a couple new characters, and there's like some balancing things that changed. But effectively, it's the same game. And they're still, for the past like almost a year, everyone's operating on they're still going to release PvE. And then they were just like, yeah, actually the whole time that we were not doing anything, we actually weren't doing anything. We weren't doing any PvE. And Blizzard has their side of it, and then like the developers that were brought in to make the PvE have talked about it, and they were like, yeah, we tried to make PvE, but Blizzard was having such like tight handcuffs on everything that they did that they couldn't actually accomplish anything. So then like they would work for like 3 months and then just quit. Because they're like, I can't develop anything if you're gonna scrap everything I present. It became like a whole thing. Yeah. And everyone's saying like we should just go back to Overwatch 1 because at least it was fun. Overwatch 2 right now is kind of ass. It's kind of repetitive and annoying. At least in Overwatch 1, like you have your metas, but it's like when you have 6 combinations of characters versus 5 combinations of characters, the game's inherently going to be more complex.
Well, there's more to do. Yeah.
There's more diversity. Yeah, and again, you will have like because it's 2 tanks, so it's like you're gonna have like your 2 shield meta or like your Hog or your Rhino-Orisa meta. Like you're gonna have different metas. Obviously, there's always gonna be a meta in that kind of game. But the more characters you have, and the more character slots that are available, the more diverse the game is, which makes the games more interesting. Because when I was playing Overwatch, like there has been times like in Overwatch where I've had like 4 or 5 back-to-back games where pretty much every single character in the game was the same. I play the exact same character, I get the exact same character, because you have to counter, you don't have to counter, but it's like it's easier to counter characters with characters. It's like, well, if they're gonna go this character, then I kind of have to go with this character to counter it. So you end up playing the same. It's like it's repetitive, I'm not as knowledgeable. I'm not as knowledgeable on it as like this. Everything I said is like very rudimentary, like surface level. There's a lot more that goes into it. Like someone like Eddie or Ash could probably talk more about it, or even Deven.
Oh, they know more about it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this Valorant making an update. I want Valorant 2. That's what I want.
Valorant 2? It just came out, bro. I swear.
I feel like Valorant yeah, it was like it came out 2020 when Valorant came out, right? The first one.
I think so.
The only one.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah, I think Valorant has like room to grow. Like obviously it's the good like S&D game mode, but I feel like if they add more game modes, it could be really interesting.
Well, I think literally like Valorant, I think Valorant and Overwatch, they're kind of similar in that their story is like actually really good. Like from like the cinematics they release and stuff. If they would just compile it into a campaign mode to have like an actual compiled story.
I don't know how a Valorant campaign mode would work. I mean, I'm sure
it
can work.
Yeah,
obviously.
I don't know how it would be because there's so many agents that
Because
they've already confirmed like there's the same thing with Overwatch. There's so many agents around the world that just aren't part of the team yet, and it's like that so they can add new characters as part of the team. New agents and stuff. But I mean, like, I feel like the story, just from what I've seen from cinematics and like Overwatch cinematics and stuff, the story is actually really good. It's just a matter of compiling it all into one thing and then just either playing it or like, I don't know how they would do it. Like, I say campaign, but like that's just my brain like defaulting to it.
This is what Valorant can do is they can wrap it up, make a hard limit on how many characters they're gonna have in Valorant 1, and then boom, make a story mode based on all those agents. And if you want to add more agents, drop Valorant 2.
DLCs.
Or DLCs, right? Yeah. It's like, oh, this is the character who was killed off in the story mode, so you didn't see them in the story mode, but they were real. They're just that's what.
Or it's like they're on different missions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can, expansive.
I don't think they should do DLC. We don't need to give Riot ideas to make us pay for characters.
Maybe they'll do them for free because like people already spend so much on skins, you know.
Let's do DLC and the idea of that you have to like get the contract.
That's the DLC, and then you can play the story.
Yeah. I like. See, like the thing is though is like.
Then you'll have people
regardless of how big Valorant
is. You can pay it as long as you can get it for free. I don't care. Yeah. Like you can give. I always think the option to pay for something should be there, but it should also be free if you want to work for it. And don't make it impossible to like work for it. What's that one game where it's like, is it like the battle pass in Overwatch or something where it's like there's one of the battle passes. I think it might be Apex or something where like everyone got mad. Because like the battle pass, they were like, technically yes, you can complete the battle pass without paying for it, but it would take you like 12 months or something, like playing it straight just to like complete it because of how like
it would take the entire time non-stop playing to
exactly it, so it's like it's literally not worth it. You might as well just pay for it. Like, but it is possible. It's like, but it's not feasible though. It's like as long as it's reasonable, like what Valorant already has for unlocking agents, that I think is fine. Just do that same battle pass method. Or Fortnite back in their prime. Did you ever play Fortnite in the prime?
I did, yeah. Well, I think I started season 2. I want to say. I remember it came out when I was in middle school. But I didn't play it during its initial start.
God damn, you're young, bro. Before that came when you were in middle school?
Yeah.
Damn, we were like...
That was 12 years old.
Now you guys are just old as hell. Unlucky.
No shot.
That's what it's like talking to like the people at my work. Because they're not old, but they're like, you know, like 25, older. 27, 29,
No, they're
30.
old.
And like they like ask me questions and I say like when did this come out? And I was like, I don't know, like 8th grade. And they're like, I feel so old. I'm like, bitch, you were like a junior in high school. I thought you're old. Like we could have gone to the same school, bro.
Yeah, it'd be like the 25-year-olds who are like, damn, bro, I feel old talking to you. I'm like, dude, there's a 4-year gap between us. Like, it ain't that crazy.
Like I think if we could have feasibly gone to the same school, you're not old. Like that much older than me, you know?
Yeah, if you're old, then we're both old.
I just think
or like some of them are like, how old are you? I'm like 21. Like, you're such a baby. And I'm like,
breastfeed me then? You're like, breastfeed me then. Is that what you do, Tyler?
I don't disclose secrets.
I just think at the rate that like at which media can come out now compared to the past, I feel like even with those like 4 years, it does feel a lot more, I guess, gradual or exponential than it would have in the past.
Those are two different things. You said two.
Okay, I meant exponential. That's what I was thinking. I was like, gradual is not the right word.
I don't know.
No, okay, no, shut up. I was like, gradual is not the right word. Gradual is not the right word. I meant exponential.
Gradual or exponential?
I meant to say exponential. That's why I corrected myself. But I mean, yeah, I think at the rate which like media comes out and is consumed, I think those gaps are gonna become more apparent when there aren't like that really big.
Maybe.
I see what you mean, yeah, because then like, what do you see? Like we graduated in like the teens, right? And there's gonna be the people who graduate in the like people who are graduating now. Like I work with people who are young too, and like they're graduating now. It's like just if you think about like what we watched in high school, it's really dependent, especially if you like especially if you have the school schedule, like the high school schedule, because I think the high school schedule does change how you watch things. Because if you have the high school schedule, it's like, oh, I go to school at 7 in the morning, I'm gonna watch some like Disney Channel or whatever's on TV, at this time in the morning, so you're gonna watch those type of shows, whatever show comes on at that time. Obviously, we're in the streaming era, so you can watch anything now. But still, most time, people still like the idea of TV. Like, TV hasn't become obsolete yet. As much as people think the streaming era would have made it obsolete, it still hasn't. And I think it maybe will in the future, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Is it just gonna be like streaming, but like it's cable V2? Except instead of paying for cable, you're now paying for like bulk packages of streaming services. So like it's not different at all.
Because that's what the streaming services are starting to do. They're starting to combine with each other. Like Paramount Plus has like I think they're working with Prime as well. So it's like
I think Hulu has Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus and Hulu are working together. Like slowly, all these streaming services just gonna combine together.
It's cable V2. It's cable again.
Cable 2 is just gonna drop, and it's gonna be different because you can watch on your phone. Like that's like the only difference really between it. But like at the end of the day, it's cable V2. But yeah, like I mean, stuff like that is always gonna be. I think it's gonna be a big factor because like I can talk to people who is like, sure, it's only a 2-year gap, but like I graduated 2 years ago, and I'm not watching anything from like Disney Channel anymore because I don't need to. They're still watching because they're gonna see a show and be like, bro, this show was peak, and I'm like, I never even heard of that show.
And you graduated 2 years ago?
What?
You graduated 4 years ago.
Someone I know.
Oh, I said you did. I was like, your math is not.
And then like, there's gonna be like a lot of the way people talk, especially like us, like the younger generation, we kind of base what we talk on our media. Like slang comes from media typically. TV shows will kind of depict a lot of people's like sense of humor. A lot of like your favorite shows will kind of guide the way you think, what you think is funny, and how you make jokes and stuff. So people are gonna have inside jokes from shows that they watch that we don't have no idea about. Yeah, I see what you mean. It does make sense. Like the gaps will become apparent like as time goes on. They're like, damn, you guys remember this show when we were kids? Like, no, I did not see that show when we were kids. They're only 2 years old, younger than you. But I see what you mean.
Yeah,
I think even like anime and stuff, right? Because like 4 years ago, I don't think it was like as popular as like 4 years now, right?
Yeah, no, anime is definitely blown up.
And like even that one's gonna be like a big gap, right?
I still think it's crazy when I see people who are like, I remember watching this in middle school. I'm like, where were you at, bro? Like, there was like 5 niggas who talked about anime in middle school. Like, where were you? All these people who are like, yeah, I was into anime when I was young too. I'm like, where were y'all at? We're like the same age. I never see you guys. So what's going on here? Why are all these people coming out the woodwork saying they were anime fans? Like, are you guys all closeted?
I remember having the friend who had like the High School DxD manga collection, bro, in middle school. And I thought that was wild.
You? Yeah.
Nah, no, I would never.
Bro said my friend.
My friend.
The show trope.
He's also off camera, so you can't see him do the air quotes. No, like, the people that I went to high school with,
he was like my friend.
There's people that I went to high school with, like I put on anime. Like they were like, "Hey, you watch anime, right?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, I'm starting. Can you like, what do you want me to start? What should I start with?" And I tell them, right? And then they're like posting the story, like, "Yeah, I remember watching this back in like 2013, 2014." It's like, I know that's a damn lie.
You talking about people lying?
Yeah, that's a damn lie. I know that for a fact. That's a damn lie. People do be lying. People feel because it's clout. It's like, yeah, I've been watching it since it released. It's like that's a damn lie, bro. I put you on in 2018. Don't say that you've been watching this since 2014.
Dude, I remember when we were, I had seen some kids where they're like, bro, I remember watching Naruto every episode when it came out. I'm like, what channel? What channel? They're like, if you remember what channel?
That's easy peasy.
Yeah, and then they don't know it.
Easy. That's a layup. That's literally a layup.
Yeah.
If you watch anime back then, that's a layup.
No, you know that. I know.
It's like,
but
you may have a different cable provider than I do, so it might be a different channel number. It's like, what's the name?
Dude, I've called a dude who said Crunchyroll before. I'm like, really? You were watching Crunchyroll? Where he's like, yeah, my dad was like, my dad had more money, so he could afford Crunchyroll. We weren't like broke or something. Like, I don't think broke is the problem with why you're watching Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I think Crunchyroll might have been around when we were in middle school, but
it's
it wasn't like a thing that you could like watch on your like TV or anything. There's no way. Not
would
that
have been phone or laptop. Or
yeah, for sure. But I feel like Crunchyroll's probably been around for a minute because I remember Crunchyroll at one point this was like before my time, like when I was deep in the anime game. At one point was just like everything. Like Crunchyroll at one point almost had like every anime, and eventually licensing happened, capitalism, people split up, and then companies like start their own company like Funimation and whatnot. But I remember there was like a point where Crunchyroll had everything, and that I thought was pretty cool.
It was when I was in middle school, because I remember like getting into anime through SAO. That was like the first big anime I ever watched, and trying to watch it on Crunchyroll and being like, this sucks, all the ads, and then watching it on YouTube as like the alternative.
It's on Netflix.
I mean, you just pay for the.
We didn't have Netflix. Tyler, I didn't make the spending decisions in middle school. And back then you could still find shit like on YouTube. You know, I watched the Power Rangers on YouTube back then.
YouTube is the play. I mean,
you watch Power Rangers now.
Yeah, but not on YouTube.
Yes, you can.
Really?
The official.
Yeah, the official
That's
Power
what I'm doing right now. The official Power Rangers YouTube channel has every episode of every Power Rangers ever.
Yeah. They also
What?
they
Like
just
all
do,
the old
live
ones?
streams
They
of,
still
like-
do. They,
yeah.
like they're live
I'm
streaming.
saying
Like,
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying
You're telling me I
This
could
is
watch
interesting.
Mystic Force
Yeah.
right now?
Yes, you watch it right now.
I used to only be able to watch
on
like
Turbo right now.
What?
Yeah, I'm watching. That's also in chronological order.
Yeah, they just do like a bunch of like random like live streams, just like a watch-a-thon of like a certain.
That's pretty
thing.
sick.
They also have playlists. So.
They're pretty popular on YouTube at least.
They have like 14 million subs or something. That's something
Makes
crazy.
sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like Power Rangers.
Yeah, like that's one. Another thing is people like won't admit they like Power Rangers, but like
Because childish.
it's
yeah.
childish, but like Power Rangers go hard. Like yeah, like Power Rangers go hard.
I mean, I don't blame him. I would never admit I watch anime, you know?
You do.
You do.
Just
just
right
did.
here, though, but like...
You literally just did. Like you're like
That's different,
we
though.
were talking about TV shows. You're like yeah, and I feel like that way for anime.
Yeah.
And you brought up anime.
That's different, though. That's different.
I'm a Dr. Full
Different
name.
setting.
Xenon Klaus Whittington
Oh.
III. Yeah.
Cut that out. Cut that
Esquire.
out, Gabe. You better cut that out, bro. I ain't playing, bro. Cut that out.
All right, this time I'll actually cut it out.
Man.
That's like the most German name, man. I guess not, because Whittington's like British.
Whittington's British, and then
Yeah.
Xenon.
Klaus is definitely German.
Klaus, yeah.
Xenon's not German.
Xenon's like whatever element. Elemental, I guess that's the language.
Yeah.
Elementish. Yeah.
Yeah, elementish, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind just being addressed as Gustavo.
Alright,
you
so I
know.
broke her frill.
Bruh.
I was trying to like push it up and it just snapped.
Just get that
Man.
Gorilla Glue, bro. Just like... That's all you need.
At least it's just the skirt.
Well, it's just the frill.
Was it to blow? Did we get into the skirt?
Yeah, but it
Mm.
broke off.
Oh.
Not because of me. It was just like that.
Okay.
Have
I-
you been watching anime recently, Bill?
I have... Like, I'm telling you, I haven't, like, seen it. I don't know what's happened to, like, my life for the summer. I guess it's just, like,
I mean,
internship.
summer just started.
Yeah, but, like... It did,
Some
but
days
it
just start.
didn't.
Like, right?
Bro-
Like, I
bro
feel the
said,
same
like,
way.
I
Like,
don't know.
low key, though, I feel like the summer didn't start, but, like, it also did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I'm like, damn, it is, like, the summer, but, like, I'm not, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel I don't even know how to explain it, but, like, it doesn't feel like all the past summers have felt to me. It's like
Yeah.
past summers, like, I guess it just comes with, like, it's how you
Age?
experience things. Yeah,
Yeah.
because, like, last summer, I didn't work at all because I had money saved up. I was like, all right, I'm gonna use this summer to just chill. So I just chilled the whole summer, and I think we went to California.
AX, yeah.
Yeah, I went to California in that summer. I'm pretty sure I went somewhere else as well with my parents. I think I went to Florida. Just like, yeah, I just used that summer to actually be a summer. Obviously, school summers are obviously always going to be school summers, like high school. You're going to do the regular stuff you do. We played video games and whatnot. And then COVID summer was just like different. Yeah, because, yeah, it was just COVID summer. You guys know. You guys
Yeah.
lived through COVID. If you didn't live through COVID, I don't know how old you are, and I don't know how you're watching this.
Could be dead. Goes back to how you watch this.
If we're on the DeadTube, yeah, DeadTube is a manga. It's pretty good, I've heard. But yeah, if you're on the DeadTube watching this, subscribe. I don't know if you're subscribed.
Maybe that's the views that YouTube keeps taking away. Is like the dead
Dude,
tube.
wouldn't it be crazy if the DeadTube subscribers like didn't translate, but like we're like huge on DeadTube?
We're like the biggest on dead tube.
Yeah, we're like the PewDiePie of DeadTube.
Yeah, but it's like they don't translate over.
Yeah, because like it doesn't work through dimensions. YouTube
Yeah.
doesn't understand dimension travel yet.
Google's
Google needs
lazy
to get
as
on
hell.
it.
That's
Like
what I'm
as
saying.
rich as Google, are, you think they'd be on the whole interdimensional?
One of the biggest companies in the world. They don't even know interdimensional travel. Come on, bro.
Don't you think that's weird at some points? Like as big as Google is, they just can't do interdimensional travel.
Also, you're telling me the people that died on this Earth can figure out interdimensional travel before Google did? Come on, man.
Come on,
Come
they're dead.
on, man. They're dead. They're literally dead. They don't have any.
I mean, they have
resources.
like infinite time though, right? Like,
Infinite time is relative. Because they're still
Relative.
going equivalent time to us. And they also died with the knowledge of this Earth.
True.
And like it's not like they get reborn in like 1842. Like okay, let's advance technology. Like no, that it's the same.
yeah, but like you gotta eat, sleep, work, and they don't. They're
Does that mean
dead.
8 hours makes that, or 8 to 9 hours makes that much of a difference?
It could.
I don't think it does.
I mean, what is it? 2/3 of your life you spend? What is it? A third? 2/3
It's like a
sleeping?
third.
A third you spend sleeping?
Yeah.
You know what it could be though?
That's a whole extra third of life.
Because when did Stephen Hawking die?
I was like, wasn't it 2019 or 2018?
So he's had like 5 years to be cooking up.
He's been
this-
cooking, he's been cooking. He's been
we
cooking.
lost him, so he's the guy. We don't.
He's
We have
the
Elon
guy.
Musk, but Elon Musk is worried about like space and
Also,
stuff. For, like, some
Elon's not
reason.
that smart. Like, we have Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah,
But,
but like he's worried about the universe. Like all these smart people are always worried about the universe.
so
Stephen
silly.
Hawking, he was too when he was alive, but then he's dead. He's like, "What I care about the universe now? I'm gonna worry about interdimensional travel."
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
He
You
did
need-
study black holes and wormholes, so
Oh,
Yeah.
that was his primary area.
He might be on
study.
top of it right now.
Isn't Neil deGrasse Tyson really the smartest person? Is there like some like I feel like there's someone
There's
smarter.
probably
than
someone
him.
smarter. He's just the first.
I
person
sure
to
Neil
play.
deGrasse Tyson is just like a internet
Celebrity.
personality.
That's what a lot of
And
people
he
say.
is-
People, a
he
lot of
is.
people do get mad at people for saying he's smart. I've seen that before. Like he's not actually the smartest person. He's just the celebrity smart person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can see people get mad at like people saying Bill Nye is super smart, where he's really not.
Yeah.
He's smart, but he's not like the level of which they hype him up to be.
Yeah.
Like Neil deGrasse is actually super smart, but he's there's obviously someone smarter than him, but it's just he's the big one. He's the big name in smartness.
I'll take Bill Nye over Neil deGrasse.
Yeah, me too.
Even though I think Neil deGrasse is definitely more decorated than Bill Nye, obviously.
I think I'll take Neil deGrasse actually. I think
he's more decorated for sure.
No, like I think I'd like.
In name, I'm just gonna take Bill Nye. Everyone everyone knows Neil deGrasse now, but like who doesn't rock with Bill Nye? That's the guy.
I'll be
Bill
sad
Nye's
the day
guy.
that they stop showing Bill Nye's videos in science class.
They have.
I think they
They
already
have?
Yeah.
They did it basically when pretty much when you left.
What?
My brother, he's heard of Bill Nye, but he's never seen Bill Nye.
I mean, that makes sense. They're old videos. It doesn't seem.
Though also the science is outdated too. A lot of
Yeah.
unless like basic stuff, like the more advanced stuff is just outdated. Even when we were there, like, I remember watching it. It's like
Yeah,
we gotta
and
go to
the
the next
teacher,
part. Yeah.
the teacher would have to be like, okay, that's not actually how it works anymore. It's actually like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I knew they would be obsolete.
I think Bill Nye needs to do like a remake. You know, like
He did.
yeah,
for adults.
but like
And then
that's not the same though. I think that
Yes, it is.
I think no, but it was like shit though. I remember like no one liked it.
It was
You
shit.
sound
It was,
just like the
it was,
people who asked for the iCarly live act.
No, but I never asked for
it
another
happened.
iCarly.
They
I
were
never
like,
asked
but
for an
it's bad.
iCarly.
It's bad.
Yeah. It's
No,
like,
I never
you
asked
got
for
what you
another
wanted, you're just
iCarly.
mad.
No, like what happened with that is that he still showed like science and stuff, but then he got too political. That's the problem.
Oh, he
with
got
that
too
one.
political.
Like he got real deep in like the gender stuff, and that's like a whole argument and whatever.
Because that's how you get big. You gotta talk about controversial stuff. That's how you get big.
Mm-hmm.
You either talk about controversial stuff, political stuff, or you get in a controversy. It's just how you make
back to
it.
controversial stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
When are you gonna like
the whole,
make your own
Xenon and
beef?
Pokemon.
Make your own beef. I mean, that's controversy.
I know you're like when are you gonna stage your own beef so like you make
Us?
it big? Yeah.
People owe us.
Yeah.
We keep telling Deven to like go to prison so we can disown him, and then be like, yeah, you don't talk to him anymore.
I think it'd be cool if Deven would like do that.
Honestly, his commissary would go crazy. I'm loading up his commissary. That's all I'm saying.
Also, all the people I've ever talked to who've been out of prison, some of the best conversationalists. So I feel like Devin's game would be way better once he comes
True.
out of jail. Because it's not all you can do in jail, but it's like for the most part, that's how you pass time. You talk to people all the time, and I think just in my experience from the prison, not prisoners, ex convicts I've talked to, they're great conversationalists. They're just great at it. So I feel like Devin going to jail for like a year, he'll come back. He'd be like the best on the podcast.
Yeah, best,
What would he get
Low-key
arrested for though? What would he get arrested for?
Anything.
There's anything.
He can.
GTA
Nothing.
or something. I don't know.
Yeah. What else? What's something like not too crazy, but he can still
rob a
come back
convenience
from?
store.
Yeah, like rob a
Like not armed robbery,
rob a
but
bank
like,
maybe.
no bank you would get locked up because banks have lobby.
Yeah, we need him to get locked up for a while.
No, but I said
Just
it's
a
like,
year,
Like,
just
if you
a
commit
year.
like a
Just a year.
If you
Okay.
commit like aggravated robbery or
just like
aggravated
push
assault.
a cop.
No, yeah, aggravated assault. Boom. That's like
Yeah.
6 months to 6 to.
I'll get him a
18
bad lawyer, you know, double
You?
the time.
Yeah,
hey,
right.
hey.
Yeah, just get you. Yeah.
Damn.
No,
damn.
have him represent himself.
Yeah, I represent myself. Your
I
Honor.
represent myself. People assault Gomez. It's like, all right, sir, is the person who robbed you standing in this courtroom today?
That was
Like,
my
"That
quote.
was
How you gonna tell me what I did?
That's not good. What are the judges like? Low-key though? How you gonna tell him what he did? How you gonna tell him what he did?
Like, how are you gonna tell him what he did? Because he is him.
He lived it. You
Yeah.
saw it. He lived it.
Yeah.
What if he becomes his own lawyer and then like he goes through that like he does something egregious where it's like 10 years is like the recommended sentence,
Yeah.
and he gets out of it, like you saw Goodman's himself, and gets out of it like really light or completely out of it, and then decides he was supposed to become a lawyer. That'd be hilarious. That's how he found his calling, is that he just defended himself against
Yeah.
like not made up, but like an artificial crime.
Yeah. I think I'd have to shoot him though. I think he'd be a menace.
He'd have to be because his ego would get way too
Like
big.
I don't have to kill him, just like paralyze him. I think
Yeah.
it'd be funny.
hit him with like the cervical shot, so it's like
Yeah.
he's.
Just do
neck
the Joker
down.
to him. Well, I don't know where he shot her at, but you know, I'll do the Joker.
Well, that's
on him.
like in the lower spine. I'm saying like neck down, so he's like he has to like
Damn.
rely on people for the rest of his life. But he still has his
Damn.
brain.
I don't even do
That-
that.
that's a tough, Tyler. That's a
worse.
tough.
I just want his legs to not
Like,
work.
I'm just saying, like he can't use his body, so he has to depend on someone, which is humble him because his ego will get too big.
Yeah.
And then it's like poetic in that way. But he still has his brain, so he can still do whatever he wants. It's just Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, I guess. I think you have to get the right shot to get it to like not kill him too, because it's just like there's a chance you just like disconnect
Kill
his
him.
spine and
Yeah.
kill him.
Yeah. Just like smack it.
I feel like the chances of me just like paralyzing his legs are way higher than not.
All right. How about this?
Just knock him out and get a surgeon to do it.
How about this?
Yeah, all right, paralyze him.
Yeah, like
make it so only his up.
Like, I'm sure they could figure it out because like they're specialized.
But which doctor would do that?
I'm sure there's some doctor in Latin America who would do it for a certain amount of money.
The right amount of money you can get
in Latin America, especially. Like,
sure.
please.
But then it's like, where are we getting this money though? Because like the whole reason that we're getting big is because he's doing something.
We save up, guys.
That's where we're getting the money from. Is we're constantly covering it. Like every day we're like day 2 of the Deven trial. It's going crazy.
Can you believe Deven said this?
Like, dude, hour 2. We just live streamed the whole like trial for it, just like
from the back of the courtroom.
Yeah, we milk everything we can.
It's like
we walked Deven out the courtroom. Damn, Deven, did you see that baddie right there? And I was like, that's a dude. Got him.
No, it's like that's a child. It's like lock him up.
Start making merch.
We just antagonize him. Yeah.
Start making merch. Deven in jail. Another black man incarcerated.
Free my man. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah. We drop free Deven shirts. Yeah. We just capitalize it. That's how we're getting all the money. And then when we use all that money, Deven thinks we're using that money to like make the channel go to the next level. No, we're using it to paralyze them.
No, but then paralyzing will take it to the next level. So like you're not.
Yeah, it'll eventually get there.
Look, guys, we paralyzed Deven. Boom, that video slaps.
Especially because it's established that like Deven's an established internet personality now at this point. It's like we paralyzed Deven.
We paralyzed.
It's like him in the hospital. He's like all hooked up tubes from his mouth, like IVs. He's like all beaten up. It's like, look at him.
Dude, I saw this one prank. I told this to Jose. I was like, what would you do if I did this to you? There's a guy where like he had his friend group and they were like drinking and he like they drugged him, so he passed out and then like dragged him to like a fake hospital and they did a prank where he's like, you were in a coma for 10 years. And at the time his girlfriend was pregnant, so like they had like a little kid walking, like they're like, this is your son. It was crazy. I was like, dude, this prank is actually like kind of crossing the line. No,
have you seen the one on the rooftop?
No, which one?
So I forget who it was, but he like got his friend, and he obviously orchestrated the whole thing. But he like they were walking out of a club or something, and he paid the guys to bag him, throw him in a van, take him to a rooftop, and then pretend to shoot him in front of his friend and throw him off the roof.
Oh god!
So it was like shot, blood shoots out, and then they just throw him off the roof, and the guy's like crying. He's like freaking out, obviously.
Yeah.
And then he like walks out of the door to the rooftop, like, it was a prank, bro.
That's the level of what we're in these hypotheticals. That's what we're doing to Deven. We're doing like
calm down. It's a prank.
Like, so is you gonna unparalyze me? No.
That's irreversible. That's irreversible.
Yeah, we thought about it, but then the surgeon said there's no shot we can change it.
But it was funny, huh?
Yeah. Hey, the video bangs, Deven.
What if he's like mad and it's like, see that plant right there? That's a camera. And he's like, guys, you got me.
There you go.
He's like, dab me up. And he's like, dab me up. Dab me up.
High five. Ooh.
Down low. Ooh.
This one?
Ooh. Dab me up. Ooh.
Yeah, have you also seen that one thing where it's like you can switch bodies with like any celebrity for like a day or something?
We really talked about this.
Have we?
Yeah.
There's like a I mean, the meme has been a thing. Like, I'm gonna expand on it.
I thought Jose said like Billie Eilish or something. Someone said something about Billie Eilish.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not gonna ask what you would choose. I'm saying like the options were, I remember being shown was like a rapper. One of them was like LeBron, and the other was like Elon Musk. And I was like, bro, choose Elon Musk, send all the money to my body, and then 4 seconds left, I'm jumping off a building. And it was like the clip of Miles Morales jumping off the building. It's like me with 4 seconds left in Elon Musk's body. That's what I imagine, like, dude. Just imagine Elon Musk switching back, cause like, what is Elon Musk doing in our body? It's also kind of interesting. But like, just imagine Elon Musk switching back, just like, all right, what? I don't know. I don't think the logistics of you transferring all Elon Musk money to your account would work very well for you.
And what you should do is like find a way to like permanently lock yourself away from like all technology, all human communication for like 24 hours. You know. Like lock yourself in your room, like no computer,
like
no window, so he can't do anything except like kill you, I guess. But like,
or you could also just like
get your friends
Elon
to
Musk,
like,
he's rich. You could just fly out to your hometown, wherever you are, put it in a secret hiding place that you obviously remember when you switch, because that way, even if Elon Musk is in your body, you can't like if you put it in your house, Elon Musk would see it and be like, yeah, that's my money, I'm gonna give it back.
No, I meant like tie yourself, like
Yeah, I know
get
what you
someone to
meant.
tie
Yeah,
yourself to a
yeah.
bed so you cannot get out. And it's like, all right, in 24 hours and 3
Did
minutes,
he
come get
die
me.
or like he's getting fed or something?
You can go a day without food.
What, you can't go a day without water though, can you?
You can
Yeah.
go 3 days without
3
water.
days without
Really?
water.
Oh, okay.
3 days
I thought it was
without
like-
water, 3 weeks
I
without
thought it was like
food.
3 hours without water.
Wait.
Oh no, that's
no,
body
no.
temp, right? Because it was like the rule of threes, right?
Yeah,
minutes
And then
without-
3
well,
hours was body temp.
body temp is the real rule of threes is like it's like 3 days without what is it?
It's 3 minutes without air.
3 minutes without air,
3 days without
3 days without
water.
water, 3 weeks without food, 3 months without
I don't know.
something.
Shelter maybe.
Maybe, but
That
I
wouldn't
don't
make
know. It
sense,
doesn't make
though,
sense now. It was like something for maybe I don't know, but like yeah, like you can go a day without water and food.
It wouldn't be comfortable for you to go back to that body though.
Okay, you come back and you're.
Hey, but you're like
billionaire.
rich now, so like.
I guess, but like money doesn't solve all the problems.
Well,
It's still uncomfortable.
Just go eat. Just go eat. You got money now.
I'm also tied up with it. Do I like have
No, because like the stipulation that your friend that ties you down, so you couldn't escape, is gonna come in 24 hours and 3 days or 3 minutes.
Why can't I just have their friend then feed Elon? Why am I being inhumane to Elon Musk? Like, what did Elon Musk do for me to like torture
You're
him?
killing him anyway, Devin.
Devin?
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Is that how
Wait.
Wow, bro. Oh my god.
I'm killing his body in the hypothetical. Like, I'm not doing
Technically, you're
Okay.
killing yourself.
Right.
Well, but-
I just
but you're-
happened to
but you're
switch
killing-
at the time.
yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
I was switching, even though I was keeping track of time. I didn't remember.
To the second.
Yeah, even though I just forgot somehow.
You're still killing Elon Musk, though.
Just imagine like frame one, you wake up at Elon Musk's body, app, 24 hours, boom. All right, and then you're like, all right, 10 seconds left. Because like to know, I guess you can remember the
Tie yourself
time,
up
but,
and
like,
then stand
you
on
just
like a
start a timer,
railway.
start a timer.
24 hours is like,
Start a timer.
that's what I'm saying. Like you have to
Oh, yeah.
frame one, start the timer, and be like, all right, 24-hour timer, start now.
Yeah. You
I
probably
just
has an
like tie
iPhone.
yourself up. Though, just it's inhumane.
I mean, it's so that he can't do anything. Like, he can't alert
What would
anybody.
he do though?
Alert
people,
somebody.
yeah.
Like he can find a way to. He's smart. He can find a way to like tell people that it's him. And like if he has any kind of technology or anything that
right,
can harm.
because he knows his own password and stuff.
Because like I was thinking of like if you're just in a room, he can still like kill himself, even though he probably wouldn't, but he still could. Whereas if he's like tied down, gagged, like he could not kill himself.
Yeah.
So wait,
what if I just like leave a note as soon as we're about to switch bodies? I'm like, yo, Elon, we switched bodies for a day, and like, you know, I just like gaslight him to thinking it was like some like evil plan from like someone else. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out a way
To get you back.
Yeah. So don't do anything crazy. I'm trying to cook something up.
Let me cook.
You think he'd buy it?
No,
Why not?
because that's dumb. In the retrospect,
He switched bodies with someone. Is that really at that point? I feel like anything is on the table at that point. Once you reach the supernatural plane, I think anything dumb is off the table.
I mean,
would Elon even believe that he isn't like in a dream or a simulation at that point though? He's like, there's
I
no
feel
way
like
to switch bodies.
There's no way people can think that their dreams or simulations are that vivid.
yes, I have extremely vivid dreams. I told you about dreams I've had that are extremely vivid.
At a certain point, though, you're like full 24 hours of it. He can pinch himself, do whatever. Everything.
Dude, I had like a 15-year dream once.
You Tsukuyomi'd yourself then.
Yes,
like, I
I
don't
did.
believe that. There's just no way.
Like
it's just not
I literally
possible.
lived like a whole life. And
You had
like,
a family and
15
kids,
years.
Tyler?
Yes, literally. And then I woke up and I was like crying. And I was like, where the fuck am I? It was literally the episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, but their dream time dilation is different though than real life. So I think it's a lot harder to be in real life and you're like, nah, this is
No,
fake.
but I think Elon has like in interviews in the past been like, we could be in a simulation right now. So I feel like if he would wake up in a separate body, he'd be like, this could be a simulation. I think he would could contemplate suicide.
Yeah, I think if
being
the
like,
simulation
maybe I
route,
wake up.
I think
yeah.
simulation route way better.
Contemplate suicide.
Well, because then he's like, I don't know how to get out of this. You know, you believe a sticky note in front of you, you're like,
I think I'd rather believe the sticky note in front of me than instead of just like my head
Frame one
cannon.
killing yourself, yeah.
Yeah, like I
Okay.
feel like the sticky note in front of me seems more reasonable because like, okay, I'm working together with the guy. I can do the whole like pretend thing where I can call, because obviously I know my own number. I can call him like, yo, let's work together on this. In the meantime, I'm just being like mischievous, but like you can play it up and make it seem more reasonable. I don't think it's not unreasonable for him to be like, yeah, I think someone switched our bodies because that's what happens at the end of the day. How does he know I orchestrated it? He's not L. He's not like, I deduced based on your frame,
based on your handwriting.
Your tone.
yeah, your tone that you actually orchestrated this whole thing. It's like, nah, he ain't like that.
The
He's
air
not
temperature
L.
increased by 0.4 degrees. That means
He must maybe a little smart, but he ain't like detective smart.
I'm just wondering, let's say you do become Elon Musk. How would you give yourself money if you don't know the passwords or anything?
I think the assumption was that you get their knowledge as well.
Oh, you get their knowledge as
Yeah.
well? Okay.
Because otherwise, yeah, you wouldn't.
Then
be
he
able
would
to do
get your
anything.
knowledge.
He would, yeah.
So then he would know.
Not my memories, knowledge. Like, yeah, I know that like it's a tricky thing, but it's like he doesn't remember all your past experiences, but he knows the things he needs to know, like your passwords, how to like.
So
your family members, your
yeah,
friends.
it's like your connections with people. Like, okay, I know this is Gabe's friend, like Deven. Like,
So what if he just tries to like escape by like sweet talking? It's like, dude, I'm still here in my body, man. Why untie me? You know, what if he tries pulling that shenanigans on you? How would you prevent that?
Ooh, I'd be like, Jose, under no circumstances do you believe anything.
For 24 hours, don't believe what I say.
I think Jose would, because at the end of the day, Jose doesn't have to sit there and talk to him for 24 hours. He could just close the door and never see him.
That's literally why I said 24 hours and 3 minutes, just or like a certain amount of time. Like, that's more than 24 hours. Like, do not come in contact.
But I just
with me.
feel bad. I'm like, all right, every 2 hours, Jose slide him a burger, or just like feed him a burger. I'm like, if he doesn't need it, then he don't want it. I guess. Just like walk in there, be like, here's your water. let him suck the water.
I have to pee, then pee.
Then pee. That's gonna be disgusting. I'm gonna come back in my body. It's like, look at
It's your piss. It's your piss.
There's gonna be more than just. He might be throwing up. He might be bleeding.
At least it's yours. At least it's yours.
Still
At least it's yours.
disgusting.
It's better than being someone else's.
It's still disgusting though.
What if you go into like Elon Musk's body and he has like crabs or something, like an STD, and you're like, damn, this shit hurt. Like, when you pee, like gonorrhea.
I'm gonna tweet about it.
Yo, I got mad gonorrhea right
I'm
now.
exposing you.
I got mad. Mine is inhumane. You're
Yeah,
ruining
that's not
his
inhumane.
career.
I'm just exposing him. If anything, it's actually inhumane to keep STDs a secret. You should let people know, so people know what they're getting into.
Who's to say it's a secret? Because he has a wife.
Does he have a wife?
Yeah.
He does.
He got
but-
he got remarried.
I thought they got divorced though.
Well, he had because I remember
It was like-
he
it was
married
like
like a
Kyle.
music artist. Yeah. Kyle, the AX E18, whatever the hell.
Which actually is Kyle.
Yeah, I forgot what her name was. Grime.
Yeah,
Grime.
Grimes,
Yeah, and then they got
yeah.
divorced.
They had matching PFPs on Twitter and everything, but I'm pretty sure they got divorced.
Yeah, they had like the incest anime profile. I remember that being a thing.
I thought it was Darling in the Franxx.
Maybe at some point, but I swear it was like some anime incest that like they were like matching profile pictures on. I swear.
that's-
Oh, you're right though. No, I think I know what you're talking about. It was
Yeah.
like the white-haired anime ones. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think it was that
I
one.
don't know if he got remarried now or not. I
don't know.
just know he has like 10
I don't
kids.
keep up. I don't keep up with the Elon Musk. He has 10 kids.
Oh,
He has like 8 kids.
No, I thought he had like 3.
No, I think well maybe they're like plus adopted. He has like 8 kids.
Oh, yeah. That may,
I don't keep up with the Elon Musk lore.
He
All I
was-
know is
yeah.
I think it'd be interesting. It
True.
was an interesting scenario.
He has 6 kids. I like.
Tyler just wants to torture people for fun.
I mean, like, I'm just trying to look out for my best interest, you know?
I guess.
What if
Think
you
of the fun adventures you could have though, just like
What if-
working together.
What if you like instead of a bed, like tied into a chair, and he's like butt ass naked, and he could like pee, like he has like a catheter.
Oh, so like
and he
a-
has like a hole so he could shit.
I stick
and
a
then,
catheter
and
in
then
there?
he has like a bucket on his mouth that's like a flap so he can feed or throw up, and it all goes to like your toilet.
I don't know how I'm setting it up with current me. I don't know how I'm setting this up.
Just become
See, honestly,
Jigsaw.
I don't even know where I'm like tying myself. Like, there's no room I can like tie
No.
myself up in solitaire.
Just move the bed aside, move the desk aside, do it right there in the room.
But like,
Would he
how-
know where he is though? That is like
I think
because
he
we're
has
talking about knowledge,
Yes,
so
he'd
he
be like,
knows where
"This
he
my
is.
house." Yeah, he'd be like, "This is Gabe's house." Yeah.
No, I mean, what if you have your friends like blindfold you? You know, you tell them you trust Jose to like make a plan. You're like, all right,
I'm
Jose.
trusting my whole
like,
plan to
yeah.
Jose
you're like Jose. I can't know shit. All right, I'm going to this blind.
Dude,
you have him
whenever
blindfold
Elon
you,
gets in
tie
his
you
body,
up.
He's gonna be me, but smarter. So just think about this. Lock him up. Don't let him hear anything. Cover all his. You know the sensory deprivation tank.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
throw him in there.
Easier to set. And mine's inhumane. Just sensory depriving this man. At least he
mean,
has a senses in mind.
Actually, I've heard being in the sensory deprivation tape is gonna be good for you. Like when you come out of it.
The thing is like it's split because it can or can't be. No, like for sensory deprivation, it only works on some people. Some people like they'll get in and like they literally like have panic attacks, like full blown panic attacks.
I won't get that, so I think I'll be alright.
No, like they don't go in like having a just like a panic disorder.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm
it's
saying like my body won't have.
He's just built different,
Yeah,
Tyler.
my
please.
body's built right.
Yeah,
Not
come on.
different, just built right.
Oh, Bill, right? My
yeah,
bad.
if you have panic attacks, your body's built wrong.
Damn.
Hot take.
I'll take. Oh god.
I'm just saying, I never had a panic attack in my life. Anxiety? I don't know. Do you consider anxiety and panic the same thing?
And well, you can have an anxiety attack.
So-
Because I've heard people refer to them in two different things.
Yeah, so basically like what is it? Depression is worried about the past, anxiety is worried about the future, and panic is worried about the present.
Okay, so yeah, so they're different. Yeah. Depression.
Depression.
Yeah. You're
Is it really like the past? Like,
Yeah, you're so focused on the past.
huh?
You're fixated on the past. And then like the fact of like there is no future, basically, like nihilism and stuff like that. Like that falls into like depression, where it's like your past. Anxiety, it's like you're worried about what's to come, and then panicking, you're worried about the current situation that you're in.
I see.
Like
I see.
you don't panic about something that happened, because then it becomes you don't panic about something that happens tomorrow, because then it becomes anxiety. You're anxious about tomorrow. You're not panicked about tomorrow.
You're like, oh shit,
you panic when
my
there's a
car
lion in your
crashed.
face.
You're panicking when you're like late or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like something that you're currently in.
That makes
Devin
sense.
thinks I'm a nihilist. Do you agree?
Well, Well, do you think life is like? Do you think there is no meaning
Nah.
to life?
Nah. I don't
Devin
think
thinks
that.
Devin thinks like that though. How about
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, Devin always says like he doesn't say it on the podcast, but like in private, he's always like, "Dude, you're such a nihilist, Gabe." I'm like, "How?" And he's like,
I think he learned a word, and he was like,
he pulled an
he
Eduardo.
learned Eduardo. He learned a
Yeah.
word and doesn't know what it means, but he's like, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, Devin does seem like because he watched Rick and Morty. And I think
Yeah.
they talk about nihilism. He's like,
Because
I'm
Rick's actually a nihilist.
yeah, so he's like, oh, Gabe is kind of an asshole like Rick, nihilist.
No, but I don't think nihilism implies necessarily that it's like just because they think that life is meaningless or pointless, they'll be like asshole about it. If anything, it's the opposite. It's like you think life is meaningless, but you still have to make your own meaning for life, right?
No, that's a whole different thing.
Isn't that nihilism though?
No,
I don't think nihilism has like
the
a
nihilism aspect is like life is meaningless. There's no point to life. To go beyond that is be like an optimistic nihilist of like, therefore I must make my own meaning.
Yeah, but like at that point, just commit suicide, or like why are nihilists even alive to
Why are
contemplate
Why are people
nihilism?
with depression alive? Why are people with anxiety alive?
Well, I mean, no, but like I feel
Why
like,
are people with panic that.
but like people who are depressed are a different standard than people who are nihilists, because people who are
Are
nihilists.
they?
Well,
Well, I mean, it's not like you can be like both, sure, right? But I'm saying people who are just pure nihilists, who aren't depressed, right? They just think life is meaningless, right? And if life really is meaningless for them, like why not commit suicide?
Well, people that are depressed.
Well,
Life is-
that's,
life
but
is
it's not like
meaningless,
it's not
but
like
doesn't-
it's not like they think life is meaningless,
Just
so they
because
want to
life
be
is meaningless
meaningless.
things
doesn't
don't
mean
have to
you
have
shouldn't live
meaning
it.
for you
Yeah.
to do it though.
What other point to living is there?
If you think about like a lot of the stuff, like watching certain TV shows are meaningless, we still do it for the entertainment, right?
But that's no,
It's
but
the
that's purpose.
entertainment of living life.
The purpose is enjoyment.
Purpose of life is to live life. Like literally, like just because you feel like there is no purpose doesn't mean you automatically are like them.
Well, shit. What's the point?
Like I know what it is in my head. It's
Yeah,
just hard
but
for me
I
to
don't know.
verbalize it.
yeah.
Like you're wrong. I know you're wrong.
Oh man.
I just can't explain it.
Oh man, I wanted to be right.
Oh,
Tell me why I'm wrong.
You got me. Tell me why.
I'm expecting like a DM like 2 days later from Tyler being like, "That's what it was."
Yeah, I'll have thought of it
I'll think
by
about it.
then.
He'll send me like a long ass essay being like, "This is why you're
I'm
wrong."
sure you could just look it up. Honestly, you'd probably find an article tell you why.
Yeah, but like that's just a weak argument of like, if you're nihilist, why don't you just kill yourself? If you're depressed, why don't you just kill
Well,
yourself?
no,
if you
for depression-
don't have a left leg, why not just kill yourself? Like,
I mean, genuinely, I've said before, if I become like, if I got like
quadruple
into an
amputee.
if I got like to an accident where I'm like barely surviving, I'm like at that point just pull the plug. I don't want to live like this.
I mean, I've told that to my parents. Like, if I'm at a point where it's like, I'm brain dead, but I might, like, I'm not brain dead, but it's like I'm like in a coma, like a deep coma, and there's like, I'm probably not gonna come back. Like, don't hang on to that sliver of hope.
Yeah,
just let
that's
me
what,
go.
that's what I'm saying. Like, cause I don't remember. I was watching like it's from like a race where like dude was in like a coma for like 10 years. I'm like, at a certain point, like 2 years in, just pull the plug, bro. Like
Not even 2 years.
he did pull through.
Like, I'd say like a
obviously
year.
end, but like there's no point. You're just wasting resources that can be used on someone else. Then sure, I might pull through 10 years later, but I missed 10 years.
And plus,
10 years
you'll
of my
never be
life.
the same.
Yeah,
when you wake up
never.
from a coma, you don't like. TV and like movies and media have misconstrued people's conceptions of a coma. There's a reason why you're in a coma. You have a massive brain injury. You don't just come back and be like, "Oh, it's 10 years later." Like, you're gonna come back and like have to relearn how to walk, relearn how to speak, relearn how to eat, relearn how to use the
That's what
bathroom.
he did in the race. He had
What?
to relearn all that in the race.
But what I'm saying is like there is a big misconception. People like
Yeah.
you just wake up like as if you woke up from sleep.
Yeah.
No, like
that would be nice though.
that would be nice, but you have a massive brain injury. You're not coming
Yeah.
back the same. Also, people that woke up from comas, there's like plenty of I don't know the exact stat on it. There's plenty of like stories of people that wake up from comas and they're completely different people. Like their personality. There's even like they speak different languages.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, that'd be
whole thing.
goated.
They wake up and they speak
No, but
Mandarin for
I
some
think
reason.
Arabic, or not Arabic, like
Mandarin.
No, it'd be like
the non-existent
like
language.
like dead languages.
Yeah, like
Like deep tongue. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, he's retarded. It's like actually speaking.
And then like the aliens come down, like he speaks our language. I'm like,
It's like we're killing everyone but him. And you're like in a wheelchair. And you're like.
and they're like your spokesperson for humanity has told us to kill you all. That's what you said, Gabe.
And they look at you, and you're like this Stephen Hawking, like a motorized wheelchair. You just back up to the spaceship, like.
I'm like, as he translates, he said, yeah, suck it. That's like the one English I learned in all my time of like knowing deep tongue is like, yeah. Is this true, Gabe? You told him to kill us all?
Yeah. You want to take a nap? Yeah.
That'd be crazy. You know, I've actually thought about so many scenarios where, like, if aliens come in, I'm like, dude, this would be, there's so many like fun, the reason like I think the sci-fi genre with aliens is never gonna get exhausting because there's so many storylines you could do with aliens.
You
Just
do
like
anything. It's literally infinite. It's
there's
infinite.
so many things. It's like the whole, like the Kryptonian what's it called, template, where it's just like, oh, lost alien from a lost species goes to Earth. His other species come back and they're like, all right, we want to get you because you're from our place. Yeah, that template
Superman,
works so
Dragon Ball.
often. Yeah, the Kryptonian template that works all the time. Just enjoy, like, the alien invasion obviously is always gonna be goated. Just like, all right, humanity fight up. That's when everyone becomes like patriotic for the human race.
I feel those are like, there's not much you can do with those anymore, you know.
Nah, there's so much you can do with it.
with like the whole Independence Day shtick, like
For sure,
you
there
can
is.
enslave, you can take over.
You can
coexist.
You can have the whole, obviously this has been done before, but like certain humans helping the aliens. Like, I think there's so many intricate plot lines that can be weaved into the general plot line to still make it spicy.
And then the most intricate is that the aliens give us technology to develop. We develop the technology,
and then we fight the aliens.
No, and therefore we go and live in the universe. We expand the universe. It accelerates our space travel. Because if they're already here, then they're way. I hate the idea. Like, people literally have ideas that aliens will get here and be less civilized than us. It's literally impossible. It is actually impossible for them to get here and be less like civilized, technologically advanced than us. If they're already here, then they're at a certain level. Mm-hmm. And if they are willing to share, we will then be on their level.
But would they share? I feel like they see humanity and be like,
that's the thing. That's
these
the
guys are
plot line.
assholes.
They might take over. They might not.
That's what I've always told. That's what I was talking about Liz on the episode. I'm like, everyone loves to say that humanity are so bad, but we only say we're bad because they're only comparing us to ourselves. We don't know what we compare to the rest of the universe. Ever. Exactly, and like people don't understand. They're like, well, but we're bad. Yeah, we're bad to us, but who's to say like another race we're actually tame? Because maybe that race does way worse things than us, right? Obviously, there's a chance they do better things than us, but who knows?
I also think it's funny because like
it's easy to
not to get political, but it does kind of tie into like political ideologies as to why they would think that, right? But something that like I've seen is like people talk about like aliens will get here and be like, oh my gosh, they don't even care about climate change. If they're here, they probably talk to other aliens that destroy planets. So I don't even want to like, laser beam planets, destroy it. Like I don't want to hear anything about like climate change.
And like the whole
they don't care about the cleaning their oceans.
Yeah,
like, you know how rare water is? Like oceans are probably non-existent to them.
It's almost like, oh, humans kill each other. You think no other race ever kills their own race? Like, no shot?
No, we're all in tranquil.
Yeah, like come on, bro. That's so
Mr. Hive Mind. Yeah. Like, what the
maybe
fuck
they'll think we're like super like primitive then in that sense.
Yes.
Yeah, they probably would.
I was saying, like, if they have the technology to get here, they're vastly more superior than we are. Because you would need light.
Would they look at us like other animals, or just like, oh, look at those poor
They would look at us probably in a similar vein
as
we look at bugs.
See, that's where you can divulge, right? There's how do the aliens view us? That's where the plot lines can change all the time. There could be the aliens and they view us as cattle. Let's farm them as cattle, right? Or people are like, oh, they're interesting, like treat us like babies. Let's raise them up to be like us. Pets. One thing I saw, I've heard someone call it the interstellar template, which I don't think is right because Interstellar didn't technically do this, but it's like have you guys seen Interstellar?
Mm-hmm. I've seen it in clips and stuff.
So like the reason I say it's not, I wouldn't say Interstellar template is correct because it's not about aliens in Interstellar, but people were saying like the idea of aliens coming down to Earth, giving us the technology and aiding us, so that way we could then do what they do and expand out and go to that. And what we do is we just create a cycle and actually
we become aliens.
Yeah, the aliens. No, actually, the whole time the aliens that came down to us were just us from the future.
That's what I'm saying. Like we eventually become the aliens that go back in the past and give ourselves technology.
Because what it is people are saying like the twist is that you think you're traveling between dimensions, but you're just traveling back in time. But when you travel so far back in time, you forget, you don't remember who those people are, so they do look alien to you. So you think you're doing the same thing, but you're stuck in a time loop. And I thought that one was
that's pretty sick. Are there any books on this? Because I'd love to read.
No, I mean people say Interstellar. Like the only reason people
right.
I'm sure there's. I'm definitely don't like. I saw it from Reddit. I don't think Reddit invented that idea.
No,
I'm sure it's been
I've
done
seen
in media before. Yeah. But like, I guess the reason that people do to Interstellar, because in Interstellar it's about like time
The
travel.
time,
in a sense.
yeah,
with the black hole,
Mhm.
because he like goes back in time and he sees himself at the staircase, which is I think why it's called the Interstellar template. But other than that, there's no similarities really.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff too about like the space orcs. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the whole thing is like humans are space orcs and orcs are like primitive creatures that are like super aggressive and like super dangerous and all that stuff. And like the whole thing is that humans are the orcs of space because our bodies are comprised
I've
of
seen
water.
That. You said space
and,
orcs.
Yeah, space orcs.
I think you said space works.
Oh no, space
I know what
orcs.
you're talking about.
Yeah. And like the main reason is like the nuclear warfare and all that stuff, and like how we destroy ourselves, and how we're primarily water is a big thing, like because water's so rare in the universe that's like we're primarily made of water, and it's like that's such a shocking thing. We have to consume this honestly highly volatile thing made of highly volatile oxygen, highly volatile hydrogen, and we consume it to live. So it's like we seem dangerous, but it goes back to the whole like it goes back to your ideology, because it's like, are we really that bad? Like, in actuality, are we that bad? And more than likely not.
I love arguing people that all the time, because it like I've said this before in those episodes, it's so easy to villainize humans because we're the only thing we know. So it's easy to be like we're bad people. It's like comparatively yes, but compared to what? Compared to monkeys? Like okay,
monkeys rip your face off. Like
yeah,
they all have their own thing.
Yeah, like compared to domestic cats, sure, maybe we're pretty worse than them. Yeah, we're dropping nukes, I guess. Yeah. They're not doing that, but still.
I guess the difference is like our sentience and awareness.
Right. Yeah, that's what people try and argue, but it's like you don't know what the other potential species are. Like if it depends if you.
But like let's say there aren't though. That's the only like hypotheticals. Like what you compare yourself to like a hypothetical being though.
That's what I'm saying. That's the hypothetical is if aliens exist, then.
Would they think we're the bad guys that we think
because
we
then,
are?
then at that point,
we are,
if you're accepting the existence of aliens, you're accepting the existence of more than just us as being a sentient life form, meaning we could potentially not be the worst. Obviously, if you assume we are the only life forms, then yeah, we're bad. Like, I guess.
Morality-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
We'd be like compared to ourselves.
And then morality is a spectrum, so who knows?
And it's also like a subjective spectrum too.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. You know about that, you know. You've talked about morality before.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're lost, aren't you?
Morality, love it. Yeah.
I know what morals are.
I know. I love my morals.
Good old Morales right here.
Yeah, facts. Facts. Love that guy. I love my morals.
Yeah.
I was so fucking.
I'm hot, bro. I'm hot at
No, but you take off your shirt, and I was like, "There's more shirt under the shirt."
More shirt,
but it's just another shirt.
It is.
Ever since I got back from Austin, I've been like
dazed.
Yeah, like I have not fixed my sleep schedule yet. I took a long ass nap, just wake up like 2 a.m, just wake up like at 7. And I'm like, oh, I'm just lost. I'm out of my mind.
I'm always jealous of the people who can just take those naps. Like, remember in peak Jose, we could take like a 24-hour nap.
What?
Like,
that's not a nap. Man was hibernating.
Nah, he'd be like, I'm gonna take a nap, go to sleep at like 4, and then wake up at 4 the next day.
What?
He did this back in the day, in between his like periods between he worked at Sonic and his new job. He would because he had to wait because it was during the time of COVID, so they weren't like hiring directly yet. They're like, okay, we'll get you on in like 3 weeks or something. So he had all that dead space. He's like, I'm finna sleep. And he like slept for like a whole day at one point. I was like, dude, Jose. He's like, what did I miss? I'm like, you missed the whole day.
IG, I'm back.
I
did the party.
Cause yeah, he was like, Gabe, you got my streaks for me? Cause like I have his logins. Cause I remember when he broke his phone in Japan, I had to do his streaks for him. So like he was like, you got my streaks. I'm finna take a nap. I'm like, for how long? He's like, I don't know. He's like, just in case I don't come back, I need to sit my streaks. I'm like, Jose, if you die, there's no point in me doing your streaks.
Let them live on.
Yeah. No, I just think that'd be hilarious because like that's effectively like a healthy coma. It's not healthy, but it's more healthier than a coma, I guess. It's like that's time skipping right there. I did a time skip right there.
I feel like if I was given the option to time skip, I think I would have just like not even experienced life. Like I've thought about it so many times taking a test or whatever. It's like how much of my life am I genuinely like enjoying in the moment, and how much of it am I like, fuck man, I wish I could skip this.
Yeah.
Like okay, I would skip driving.
So you'd have life. It's just you wouldn't have the boring aspects of life.
Yeah, but like then did I really live life? You know, like because I'd still be like conscious. Like let's say I time skip taking a test, right?
You take all the knowledge.
Yeah, I'm still like, fuck man, I hated that test, right? But like, did I really feel like I took the test, or it's just like the after effect emotions?
I would assume that you would just
It still happened.
No, it'd be
so
like okay, so you take the test.
Yes.
You take the test, and then it's like you about to take the test. You skip to the end of the test, but you still live this. So you're in the exact same spot. So everything is exactly the same. You just didn't like physically take the test, but mentally everything you took the test.
Will I feel like I have lived a shorter life though?
No, you have the exact same life. You're just skipping to different points in the life.
I think that just depends on how you time
perceive
travel.
it.
Yeah.
But the way you said it, like, or the way it's like established, like you still retain the knowledge
Yeah,
and emotions
yeah.
and feelings. Then yeah, it's literally the same as going to sleep.
So
You would just appear on the other side. I guess then it wouldn't be. It'd be exactly the same.
well, if it's exactly the
I
same, then
get
there's
it.
no point in skipping it because I still feel everything that happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
essentially.
Like, it's kind of like Invincible, where they had the twins, where like they would replicate like literally everything, so they don't know who's the actual clone and who's not.
Because it's perfect.
Because it's a perfect clone. So they have literally down to the last minute detail the exact same memory. They just don't know who's the clone, and they assume that the other person's the clone. Like, okay, I'm the real one. You're just the clone.
Mm-hmm.
But every time one dies, he makes a clone. But because they have perfect memory,
The
then
clone
they
thinks
don't
they
know-
made the clone.
the clone
'cause
thinks
it's
they
the
made
same
the clone.
memory. Yeah.
So at this point, it's just clones of clones.
Exactly.
well, I was saying like it's the same thing of like you would just appear at the end of it, still having lived it. Everything that happened.
My point being, like, if that were the case, then there would be no point into time skipping anyway, because I feel like
Yeah.
I went through it.
Yeah, it'd be the exact same.
That's what I'm saying. It just depends on how you would view the time skip. Because if you're going under the assumption that you retain everything, then yeah, it's effectively a null time skip. I mean,
What would be
I
a
think-
good
well,
time skip then?
I don't think it's null because perception and knowledge aren't the same thing. So you're skipping the perception, which does enhance your experience, I guess. Sorry, but like you're still getting knowledge of it. But if you assume like the time skip, you don't get any of it. You just like actually skipped forward. You still did it, but you just don't remember it at all. That's a whole different time skip.
Yeah, I'd take that one.
You take that one.
But I feel like that would suck because, like, well, you don't know what you miss. You come afterward and you're like,
small things, bro.
I think it could be fun at certain points. I feel like at points I'd get scared. Though.
I would not skip sleep.
Why would you ask him to sleep?
Because I enjoy sleeping.
I
you
do
still
too,
slept.
actually. No, but I like
You wouldn't
my
be the
dreams
same-
and stuff,
you
though,
would-
yeah.
yeah,
I miss
yeah,
out on my
what?
dreams. I think the sleepo mode just hits. Like I don't know.
I-
What are you like time skipping to when you like wake? Because like there's
when
different
you
versions
when
of
you
waking
awake.
up. So which wake are you like skipping to? First waking or what?
Yeah, like when
Because
you
there's
like
first and there's full awakening.
Like when you-
or first mid full.
I don't know, for a fool.
You take full awake. I guess yeah. I don't know. I feel like I agree with you. I like my sleep too much. I wouldn't skip it.
I would skip driving though, especially for like Dallas and back. Like,
I'd skip work.
skip work. But like, so much of life will be
That is
work.
true,
That's what I'm
but,
thinking. Like, will I feel like my life has like been like super shortened though? Even if I'm only living the good parts, will I enjoy the fact that life did become so much shorter, even though if it's only the good moments? But then I have to like think about it and be like, do I think this is going to be a good moment? Because like you won't know if it will be
won't
good
know,
or bad
right? Yeah.
until you choose to either skip it or live through it.
It'll
You
be
don't
the-
know if that like terrible interaction you dreaded
Yeah.
will actually be where like you met your future wife or something.
Dude,
you know?
the worst feeling would be like, this is gonna be boring. I'm finna time skip. You time skip. Everyone's like, bro, that was the craziest. I'm like, no, go back. But it doesn't go back. That's like actually like the worst feeling. And honestly, if people know you had the time skip ability, I feel like people would try and prank you. Like, yo, Xenon, tell us for that time skip real quick. Just act like something crazy just happened. As he like comes back because the time he's like, Tyler, remember, bro, Billie Eilish just came by, and then she was like, "You want to hit?" And you were like, "Yeah." I think that'd be pretty funny to like prank people, especially if you know they have the time skip.
What if like you're able to acquire enough money to have constant surveillance on yourself?
How would you get that much? I guess it's possible, but yeah, we're just like, nah, we're gonna like shut down your surveillance, like
Hack into the mainframe.
yeah. I'm like, Jarvis, cancel the subscriptions.
It's like subscription to Surveillance Plus canceled.
I feel like that time skip would be like the worst superpower. Not even superpower, just the worst ability ever.
I don't think it's the worst, but it's definitely like, especially if you can't go back, it'll set
Yeah, I was
yourself
gonna
up.
say like for a time skip with no perception of what
Yeah.
happened in the skip time. Yeah, it'd be pretty bad.
I'd rather have the power to put
I think
like
it's
pebbles
it's a
in other
curse.
people's
I think
shoes.
it's genuinely like a curse.
Yeah,
where
but
it's like,
I think like no bones would probably suck too. Like if your power, like you got super strong muscles but
so
no
like
bones.
Ragdoll
I don't know who Ragdoll is.
from he's in the Flash show. He's the guy who like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're super strong but like you just got no bones,
yeah.
so you can't move. like you're literally like,
Obviously. anything that would mutate your body in a sense that doesn't like help you, yeah, it would suck.
There's just a puddle. That's like the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have no bones. They're just like goo.
Is that helpful in any way?
Nope.
No, it's just a mutation. That's what the boys talked about. Is like not every power given was a superpower. Some of them are just mutations. Like, there's a guy with a huge dick. Like no, like literally like it's like a tentacle basically. It's just a mutation.
Wait, that's a blessing, no?
It's
like you can, you'll
only
make
get so far.
You'll make real life tentai, you know. So
You only it's one long strand. You'd only go so far in.
And I feel like it still like would hurt. Someone could just be like,
Also, it's canonical in the show. It's not like the girth of a normal penis. It's like an actual like.
it's a
leg.
big ass tentacle.
Yes, like so he was slinging it over your shoulder.
What?
It's like girthy,
It's just a whale penis at that point.
but like 100 people.
why are you expert on whale penises?
Are you not?
Nah.
This is not like normal biology for you? No?
I'm not a marine
It's
biologist.
actually marine biology.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. I'm not like. I'm
See,
not
even
into
Tyler
biology.
knows.
Well, that's because he's in.
Because I know what a whale is.
Don't look at me like
Because
that.
also you said it's normal biology. It's not normal biology. It's marine.
Are you saying marine biology isn't normal biology?
No, it's
No, it's
marine
not.
biology.
Okay, but it's still biology.
But it's marine.
Okay.
But normal in the sense that it's just biology. There's nothing wacky about it.
All right, Xenon. If you could go forward in time but you can't go back, or backward in time but you can't go back, which one do you choose?
Would you wait backward in time, but you can't go back? Oh, like back to the
forward,
present?
yeah.
Like back to the present, yeah.
I mean, I just go back, because then I could live like a good life from starting then to
If
now.
you only have 1 point, so what point are you going to?
Oh shit!
You can't like constantly do it. You can only do
I'd
it
say you
once.
could.
No, and this the hypothetical I'm giving
scenario.
him, you can only do it one time.
It's like
You have
the
to
20
pick
years
one.
back or 20 years forward
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
Which one? It doesn't have to be 20.
See, I'll probably-
No, but you know what I mean. Like,
I'd probably go
Yeah.
to like the 80s or 90s for like peak car culture. You know what I mean?
But like, how are you gonna like exist? Because you don't exist in that
you have no
time.
social security card.
Yeah.
No identification.
You
see,
have-
but it's the 80s.
And they're gonna think you're either a Soviet like spy or you're like an alien. And they're gonna.
I'm
experiment
Mexican
on
as
you.
hell, bro. Like,
okay. They thought everyone was a Soviet.
okay,
spy.
I go to
Yeah.
Mexico then. Like, I'll live in
True, I
Latin
get
America.
you
Like,
blended. They're
yeah, I live in Latin America. Like, they don't care.
I
Like,
guess. And you could be like a legal immigrant
You run
to
into like
America.
El Chapo.
yeah, honestly, I could be the next El Chapo because like I'll just know what's up. You know, like.
All right. What's the first thing he did? So,
I'll just know what's up. He's-
all right.
I'll just know
I'll-
what's up.
Yeah, what's up then?
I'll do the research first, and then I'll
And
go
then you
back.
go
Yeah,
back.
and then I go back.
What if the research was just falsified to hide the fact of what he did?
See, that'd be wild. But I feel like there's just like, I'm sure I'll pull through. You know, like I'll be bilingual,
That's a risk you're playing.
and I'll take that risk.
So you're going all the way back to the 80s?
Yeah, I'll go all the way back to the 80s. Maybe even like.
You're just gonna like forget your life now. You screwed.
Oh,
your life.
I don't care about my life now. Like, what's so
Yeah.
good about it now? You know, 80s. I'm sure there'd be something more interesting. Like, I'll just live off the grid or something. I don't know. Like, it's the 80s. I'm sure like shit was way wilder back then than it is now. No.
Probably.
I mean, it depends on what your definition of wilder is.
Okay, well, I'll go back to the 60s. You know,
like
like.
back then, it's like
why do you want to own me? 1860s,
like I was saying, like
1760s.
Okay, I can go back in time, but can I get a race change too while I'm at it?
no,
No.
You just go back.
Nah, never
as
mind
is,
then.
as
Yeah,
is.
go back to the 1860s as a Mexican.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Also,
Like-
you're
They're
gonna-
like, how'd you get here?
Also, you're gonna be going back to like whatever time with your current English.
My current. Oh.
And your current
Current
diseases
era
too.
English.
You're killing everyone around you. No.
You're dying. You're getting polio, dude.
Yeah,
You're getting
we're
polio.
assuming the disease thing is like no, like you're like immune to them and they're immune to you. You're not
Okay,
gonna like, kill
okay.
everyone around you.
Thank God. No, I still think like I stick with the 80s. You know, like I'll do all the traveling I want before like 9/11 happens.
Also, it'd be way cheaper, but still, you just have to get a job.
Well, yes,
You know the
but I
investments,
could
though.
like I was
You
gonna
know
see
the
like I could just like
investments,
invest in like I don't know
Things
what.
you know will be
Yeah,
good,
things I know will be like fruitful.
or
Apple,
Bitcoin when it comes
yeah.
out.
Did Apple come out
Microsoft.
in the 80s? I thought it was like 90s.
Apple's like the 70s.
Really?
Apple's been around. They literally had like the green text terminals. Like, they've been around for a long time.
I didn't think Steve Jobs was even that old. I think he was like 40 when he died.
He's been dead.
He's been dead. He's been
I
dead
said
for a long
40 when he died.
Well, I know, but I mean like he's been dead. Like
Nah,
even whenever
was,
he died, like
50
he's
or
been
60
dead.
when he died. Not maybe 60,
I
but
guess.
like,
I mean, he was
like
balding,
50s.
but you know, a lot of white people bald early though.
Depends, yeah.
So it doesn't mean anything. I don't know.
But yeah, I go back to the 80s. You know, invest in the stock market. You know, like live my life.
Would
Become
you go?
Wolf of
Would you
Wall
go
Street?
chill with the Wolf of Wall
Dude,
Street? Yeah.
holding out with Jordan Belfort,
Yeah.
getting his crowd somehow. I don't know how I'd do that, but that'd be cool.
You'd figure out a way. What did you ask?
Oh, it's the same question.
Oh, same.
Yeah, would you hang out with him?
Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
Like
from
the Wolf of Wall Street. I was gonna say, I was like the Wolf of Wall Street.
Would you be like befriend Trump?
Hell, I mean, I'd befriend all
Like-
the powerful. I don't know if he'd want to befriend me, but like,
I don't know if you're chilling. Like,
I'm chilling.
You get high enough.
I get high enough. I get on all the
I think
lemons.
you
What
do-
the
you
hell
do
was
enough
it?
drugs with rich people. I think
Yeah,
they're chill with
I think they're
anyone.
chill. Yeah. Like, I'll invite them on my yacht. I'll have a yacht somehow. I'll pretend to have a
Yeah.
yacht. I'll rent a yacht, and then I'll have
Or
a
you
party
just steal a
myself.
yacht.
I'll steal a yacht. I'm sure I'll figure it out.
I'm sure in
And
the
then- and then-
80s
and then
it's
if you
very
get-
easy to
Yeah,
steal.
on the
and if
80s,
and
yeah,
if
it's
you-
the
if you get
80s.
caught, they're gonna like you even more because like this guy's got gusto.
Actually,
He's
though,
got some gusto
and I'll get
to him.
arrested for like a year, not even 6 months. And then
Even then, it's like knowing them. If you're friends enough to invite them to your yacht, they probably get some good commissary.
I saw one guy. He was like, take me all the way back to the 1400s. I'm gonna be the new god of this world. he was like, before I go in, I'm like writing a whole like paper to myself. I'm memorizing the paper on like how to do everything. I'm like, dude, you're not that guy, bro. You're not gonna
Not
remember
sinking,
all that
yeah.
stuff. Like, there's no way. Well, what time would you pick, Tyler? Or if you can go.
If I
forward.
had to go, I'd definitely go back.
I thought you said future.
If I went, well, no, I didn't.
I think he would go to the future if he can come back. But if he
If I can come back, yeah.
Oh, you can come
But
back.
it's like
because imagine how bad it would be if you go into the future.
It's just Futurama. It's like,
It's
oh
like
man.
it's the worst time skip version because like what if you skip to the future? It's like, damn, I had such a happy life and everything, and he like skips to a time where like
Now they have like
everything fell apart.
suicide
Yeah.
booths.
Yeah.
So he like missed all the good parts of his life, and he just skipped to the bad part.
See, like I would just say, like if I was gonna go to the future, I'd definitely go starting like 2100. So
for sure, I'd definitely go really far.
just like minimum, just to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
that like everyone that I know
Earth
is
is still
gone.
around.
Well,
Yeah,
dead.
I'm stuck there, so it doesn't really matter if it's around or not. Yeah, I'd definitely go at least 100, like not like exactly 100, but like 2100. So that everyone I know gone. I don't have to deal with that.
Is this assuming you can go back?
No, just like
No.
if
if
I was going to
oh.
the future, I'd do that because like I feel like that's just like I go. My parents are like 90. I have like cousins, and I feel like it's a whole like thing. Like, how'd you get here? It's like, don't worry about it. It's like a whole thing. But it's
Yeah.
like going. Like, I know for sure everyone I know is absolutely dead, pretty much. So they're gone. If I went to go back,
But like in this hypothetical, if you had kids, though,
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if you meet your
kids
future
would still
grandkids or
exist,
something?
Grandkids, right?
I wouldn't know.
But they would know you,
Would
so you
they?
still have to deal with it.
Would they?
Well, I
They
mean,
would
They
know
have
old.
pictures
They
of
would
you.
know old me, and
what are the chances
I
he
don't-
runs into them though? What are the chances he like
That's what I'm
runs
saying,
into
But
like,
them?
since he runs into his family, I think it's the same.
I was just saying like because I don't know them.
Yeah, you
if
don't
it's-
know them, but they know you. So it's still the same
no.
thing.
Who's got a good relationship
They know
with my
of
kids?
you.
Who said I got a relationship with my kids? Maybe I want to get some milk.
I guess. I mean, it's only
Like, I don't. It's,
hypothetically you can have kids.
it's speculative. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I went to the past, I'd probably say like hard cut off 1970.
70s?
It just feels right. Like about 50 change.
You wouldn't want to go like
70s.
1920s?
I would say under the circumstances, I could go back. I think not for me. It wouldn't be that work that good. Like, going back to the creation, like the American Revolution. I think it'd be interesting to watch the American Revolution, like in my real eyes, not just the way history tells it.
Yeah, but then you're stuck in that time.
That's what I'm saying. I think if I could
Oh,
go
if
back,
you could go back,
yeah.
then yeah.
Obviously, no, don't put me back
No.
there. I'm gonna be a slave. Or either I'm gonna be a slave or I'm gonna like do something horrible. Like I don't want to live like in this.
Yeah.
Just go
was it
befriend
the
Mansa
1700s? I don't
Musa.
want to live in the 1700s. Their life is horrible comparatively to what I do.
No, I think 70s is like a good. I could rock with a 70s.
See, I think we're like same. Same.
Like, it's just a gut feeling,
So you got feeling
I don't
70s?
want to throw away my life. I'd go back like 10 years. Like under the guys that you just can continue. I think like if you choose like I think I did forget to mention it. If you do choose a time in which you exist, you just inherit your body, but like with your mind. If you choose a time where you don't exist, obviously it's just you as you are.
Then
So like if I were to go like if you go to like 2001, you'd be 1.
then I'd probably
that
say
thing.
like.
If you go to 2096, if you're still alive and you're 96, you inherit 96.
I mean, I'd probably say like. I feel like I was rocking in 08,
to go back to 8-year-old Tyler.
7.
But
yeah,
would
yeah,
you keep
yeah.
your memories of
Yeah,
now?
I'd assume so.
I think it depends if you want to, or if I think it's like this
No,
wasn't.
Well, what's the point of going
this
back if you're
wasn't-
not gonna keep your memories?
This wasn't specified, but I'll take an audible. If you want to take your memories, you can. If you don't, you don't.
Then what'd be the point?
Restart. Just a hard reset. Maybe live your glory days again.
But then it ends up in the same thing as like the time skip. Like you just end up back in your
Yeah,
body.
you're infinitely going back into the same time period.
maybe it's worth it though. Like it's just like what you don't know won't hurt you, right? Like maybe you just want to be in a time loop.
Oh, like Futurama.
Yeah,
Hella depressing.
yeah. But yeah, so you're going like 7-year-old self, and you're gonna just live it up from there.
I rock with 08. With my current knowledge, yeah.
See,
rock with
I'm trying to think, right? And I don't think I could make enough money just going back to past.
Bitcoin.
Why are you just thinking about money?
Well, because I'm trying to think of like being. Well, maybe you guys are old enough, right? But I don't think I wouldn't be old enough to like spend that money before like the Bitcoin craze, right? Nor would I have enough money to like make it big of my own, right? Nor would I be able to convince my dad to let me borrow money to invest in this cryptocurrency.
That I think is the biggest issue. I would not be able to convince my dad of anything. He'd be like, nah.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like
I think if I maybe get a couple things right along, I have to like build up like rapport. With
maybe
them.
I get
like,
a better GPA. I don't know, man.
I'm like, all right, look at this, Dad. I'm gonna tell you, I can predict like all these events. Like this movie, I'm like the MCU. You don't even know this. MCU is about to start in like 2 years. It's gonna start with Iron Man. Jon Favreau directing. I'm like, I'm 7 years old. I'm saying all this stuff. It might like I think that might be enough for him to like, all right, I might.
See, for me, I would just like drop lore that he hasn't established yet.
Drop lore. Hey, when you were young with your uncle, with my brother, your brother. Yeah,
I would drop something that he would never have told me yet until I got older, or like stuff like that. Like, hey, this team's going to the Super Bowl. Okay, this is what's happening. It's gonna be Obama versus McCain. Obama's gonna win. There's gonna be a housing market crash. What?
He'd be like, who Obama?
Exactly, and I'd be like, I mean, in 2008, he wouldn't know who Obama was.
Yeah,
he was campaigning. But like, housing market crash in 08, swine flu in
Rider
like,
strike.
08, 09.
That's 07.
Like I would establish a bunch of stuff that like there's no way a 7-year-old can feasibly understand.
Yo,
this.
didn't Breaking Bad start in 08 too? You like, yo, this Breaking Bad show, you gotta get on it, guys.
Trust, he did actually when I was younger. He was
watching already
for the first season, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then like in 2000,
you could be like, yo, Dad, I feel like they might introduce some guys named Gus. I don't know, man. I'm just a feeling that guy.
Low-key, that could be good too. It's like, hey, we're gonna watch this show. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happens.
True.
You know what you could do potentially is convince him to buy you Pokemon cards before the Pokemon craze.
True, and then that
could be more. Yeah. Where it's believable it's a 7-year-old kid. You know?
Same with like the Game Boy Advance and stuff. Just hold
Pokemon cards. So.
Yeah, but I don't know if they were all like valuable. Now you know which ones will be valuable. You know which ones are like the big ones.
Especially if you're allowed to do like the research beforehand, which the Gang Has Gone guy says he was allowed to do. So I guess you are. Yeah, he can like research at the time. Like I think there's like a website where it's like you can check like the value of like versus now versus then.
Inflation calculator.
Yeah, see, well, not that, but like I think
it's like an inflation calculator.
Yeah, where it's like at the time this is the best value you could get for like what it is worth now, type thing. But yeah, I think I'd rock back to like 08 is a good time.
I think 08 feels right.
But I think I want to go back a little farther. I want to go back to like the 5-year-old. I want to
like
see like
15 years. 15 years just feels right.
Especially I can be like the most advanced 5-year-old they've ever seen.
See, but like you would peak, right? They'll be like, "This guy is so smart," but then you actually get to 18, and
right.
like, "This guy's still the same."
I think people talked about this too in the Reddit post. I think they were saying naturally your brain would actually decline because you're around people who are just lower level than you. So you're gonna naturally decline, and you'll eventually get back to where you are now, and you'll just be the same. You won't actually have gotten smarter, even though you think you should have. Unless you take advanced classes, I think, which you probably could. So I think there's a way, but I think
I could test out of like college level classes. Yeah.
Like I think they're saying though, if you like naturally take the same storyline, you will just. It was like scientifically proven that you would just
will become dumber. Oh, okay.
No, not dumber. You just stay the same. You wouldn't get any smarter, even though in theory you would think you would. Yeah, because basically because of what you were saying, you'd plateau because you peaked high at 5 years old, but you're still you, right? If you have the mind of a college student at 5 years old, like no one's gonna let this 5-year-old continue to get smart, like college level stuff. Probably they're gonna keep teaching you preschool stuff no matter what. Most likely.
If you could test out of it.
Yeah, but I don't think they would give you like college level stuff. I mean, I'm sure you could get your hands on it, but like
no, like if you're showing like enough promise, like I don't know exactly how you do it, but like get a way to like get your parents or like the principal or something like I'm intelligent. Yeah. I'm way beyond what this is, and then prove it. Then.
But then also, like what Xenon saying, you're like setting yourself up though, because it's like you're gonna peak at a young age, and then who's to say you can't? If you don't continue that growth, everyone's gonna look at you as a failure, and it's gonna be like I don't want that label.
It depends.
Yeah, if you can live up to it, but if you don't, it's like that's the high risk, high reward.
Well, I mean, like, because you're assuming that you stay stagnant. It's if you get exposed to college level material, you can advance the material.
No, I'm saying high risk, high reward because you can, but you could also not, right? That's what I'm saying. So you're taking the risk of everyone knowing who you are. Maybe not everyone, but a lot of people know who you are. You're the child prodigy. Yeah. Like a lot of people know who you are and like, damn, this guy really fell off. He just became like a regular scientist like type thing. We thought he was gonna be like the next Albert Einstein. type thing.
No, I would do the thing where it's just I go online and just
I stay
post
under
a
it.
feature, you know, like little bits at a time.
Oh,
and
like
then,
those, like,
and then I
fake
have
time
a
travelers
have
would
a
be a
cult
real one?
following, but I have a
Yeah.
cult following at that point, you know.
Would you try and be like a deity figure?
A
to
what?
people? A deity figure to people?
Yeah. And then by the time where it's like I reached a point where like this is where I
You're
went
caught
back in
up?
time. Yeah.
You're
I
like,
die.
I'm leaving. You're like, I'm leaving
I'm
this
leaving.
world.
Yeah, exactly. Or
My
like
followers do
the
what you
government
want.
is after me or something, you know.
Yeah.
And then like I leave and they're like, oh my god.
They believe it too, especially depending on how far you go back. They're like, dude, he's been doing it for 18 years. We gotta believe it.
And then like I'll make a conspiracy, like I'll make something happen that didn't happen in my timeline, just from the power that I have at that point, you know. Like if I'll tell them
your cult following.
like I'll tell them this will happen and you have to do this.
Yo, you could make the raid on 9/11 like real with your cult following. Look, guys, we're actually gonna raid 9/11, boys.
9/11?
Area 51, Area 51.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah.
I was like,
I did not mean that, U.S. government. Yeah, Area 51, right?
I'll make it happen, and I'll be like, if we do,
it's a canonical event, like in Spider-Man.
yeah, like
Yeah,
Area
yeah,
51
yeah.
gets straight into my timeline. You know, it doesn't though. But it does,
Yeah.
you know. But like they'll make it happen, so that it does happen, and then it'll be a big tragedy. But like it's chill.
Yeah, but it's all chill though.
I'm just saying, man. I think that'd be like the fun thing to do, just like mess with people, mess with the timeline.
Yeah, people were saying the only issue is just like, because one guy was like, I'm finna pull all the hoes with the new Riz I got. Like, you're gonna have sex with underage kids? You're like, no.
I'm underage too. It's like,
And they're like, but are you though? And there was like a whole thing. I was like, low-key, I never even thought about that. Cause like the people who had like high school girlfriends, you're gonna have to like change things, or you're gonna have to like be a pedo, right? Like it's gonna be an interesting change you have to make to your life.
Would you go the pedo route, Gabe?
No. Would you?
No. No.
he thought about it. Devin's sitting there like, yeah, every day.
well, because Devin's like, it's not good benefit. I'm actually 14. She's 14. So.
He'd be like, I'm just playing devil's advocate. We're like, all right, dude, are you playing devil's advocate, or are you just like saying your feelings? No, I think Deven would take it.
For sure.
Devin would just play the argument of like, but my body's 13, so like, it is what it is.
It's a canon event. It must
Yeah.
happen.
That's wild.
We'd have to take Devin out. I don't know how we could though.
We can't let that guy go back in
Unless
time.
we can also go back with him.
He just
Like
has-
the whole
oh,
group.
yeah.
Yo, imagine all Jowp went back.
He gets a girlfriend. You're like, no,
we start the
Devin.
podcast at 13 years old.
Back in like when it was easier to grow on YouTube.
Yeah,
'Cause there
back
was,
when
like, no
YouTube
one?
first started, we're like
Yeah.
the first couple channels.
Yeah.
You understand? Like people would
We
be like,
can
these are
connect
like the
with
smartest
UI.
squeakers I've ever heard, because you're just like a bunch of like 13-year-old with like college level like brains.
Okay.
Yeah, but I wouldn't try and
I'd dumb it down.
I wouldn't test out of anything. I would just stay under the radar. I'd stay at my level. I'd still be smart, obviously, but like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, give me the college level classes. Like, no, I'm just gonna stay at my level. And
I would just to
maintain.
speedrun like everything, you know. I was like, I might as well.
But then you're gonna miss out on the high school life. Like, they're still fun to have.
I don't remember like specifically having fun
Oh,
in
you
like.
went to like a private school though.
I didn't though. I went to a public school.
No, he went to a rich school.
Might as well have been a private school.
I don't know what to tell you, man. It was a public school,
I went to a
but
rich school.
Rich school is just public school but private.
I don't remember being like, oh man, I don't see myself ever in the future being like, I want to go back to high school, or like, oh man, high school
real?
was so fun. Yeah, no, I really don't.
I don't know. I have a lot of fun in my high school experience. I don't think I would want to skip it.
See, I had a lot of fun, but I feel like there's also stuff that I missed. Like a lot of stuff that I missed out on that I'd like to go
for sure,
back.
yeah.
You know?
Like I'm thinking of like what was something fun that I did in high school was just like play video games, I guess, with like my friends. Yes, but like nothing worthwhile to be like, oh man,
Hang out with Winston.
You're just a boring person.
I guess.
Hang out with Winston.
Is that the guy from Overwatch, the monkey?
Yeah, Winston is a monkey from Overwatch.
Yeah, this is true. This is.
But you go hang out with
You
Winston.
play
again.
Overwatch?
I technically freshman year high school. Yeah, I could. Yeah.
I don't know.
You
who
don't
that
get
is.
it.
Churchill?
I'll tell you,
Churchill?
I'll tell you after. I'll tell you after.
See, I understood, but it's okay, Gabe.
Yeah, that is not directed for you.
It's an inside joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really. It's just like it's just general knowledge.
It's just been me like, man, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd speedrun to college, and then I'd have a job, I guess, and then I can have fun.
Let's just speedrun work.
Yeah,
You can't really speedrun work.
No,
I
I-
speedrun to work. I think
Yeah.
it's split. Like work split. All right, 2 years.
like because like by the age of 18, I could have like a law degree,
No.
theoretically. Well,
Yeah, I guess maybe, but
like,
you, that,
depending
that would,
how
that would
early
mean
I
that you'd
start.
already have the knowledge to get your law degree now.
well, no, but like no. So like I can start university early, like way early.
How early are you going back?
Let's say I start uni freshman year of high school.
No, like when are you traveling back with your mind now? Like what time are you going?
Oh, like
What
if I'm a kid.
Yeah, what age are you working up to? Because you have to also think about like the time that's gonna be passing. You're gonna be forgetting things naturally with time.
6th grade. I think at 6th grade is the earliest I'm willing to go.
So you don't think from 6th grade to college, by the time you get to the
forget
college
some
level, you
stuff?
won't be forgetting some stuff?
Oh, you mean like my knowledge now?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The
that's-
farther
yeah.
you go back, the more you're risking losing knowledge.
I think the faster I can test out of everything.
If you wanted
though.
to actually do the speedrun strat, you'd go back to
To
like,
be like
senior
freshman
high
year?
school. Yeah,
Senior?
and then.
Well, I would go freshman. I think freshman is
Freshman,
freshman
yeah.
is
You could-
ideal.
yeah.
Like I said,
true.
if he already had the knowledge, then he could do senior year. But he
Yeah,
doesn't.
for sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
then that's like probably your best split right there.
See, but at the same time, I don't think it could work simply because I don't think I could pass any of the APs I passed last year in my. Last year I was still in high school, right? Wait,
I don't know.
Why
shit.
asking us?
I don't know how time works, man.
Clearly.
Last summer I just graduated. Shut the fuck up. Last year I just graduated high. Yeah. Because like I don't think I could pass my AP test now that I did last year
I mean,
during
if
this
you're in it,
time.
though.
If I'm in it, sure, but that means that I'm just taking everything again. So like really,
yeah,
there's
now
no
you're
progress
doubling the
done.
knowledge. You're reinforcing because you
Yeah, you're
even
just
if you don't have
reinforcing it.
fresh recollection, you still have a general vague idea, and that's just for finding the finer points.
I think the biggest thing would just be trying to like find money exploits, just knowing what I know now.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Because I don't see like
easy bets on things you know will happen, like stock market. You know, like what's a company that got big, like when you were
Tesla.
older? Tesla, yeah.
Tesla.
Tesla's a big thing. What's something that like crashed and went down? Fortnite went up for a little bit. I don't know if you can buy.
There's
stocks in
always the
Fortnite,
GameStop.
but-
Full
short-
Epic, it
there's
would
the
be Epic.
GameStop short sale.
oh, I'm saying, oh yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
crazy.
that glitch people actually did use. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would just bet on all the sporting events. That's the easy money.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I know all of them, so that's just easy money.
I know nothing
Especially
about
on like
sports. So
the Braun.
Yeah, like underdog stuff like
the
that,
all
yeah.
underdog stuff.
That's easy money.
It's like I got $10,000 on Brawny Boy.
Like
and
I'm gonna
they're
put all my
"Bro,
save.
what?"
It's just gonna be like literally all my gambler's money is just gonna go straight back into the pool. Like I'm getting all my winnings just go straight back.
at
into
what
the
point were
pool
you just
in a
like pull
second.
out and you're just like I'm chilling now?
What point? When I'm in the millions.
Millions? Okay.
Yeah. When like comfortably I'm a millionaire, I'm like I'm good.
Like,
Would you still try to get a job after? Like, would you still try
Yeah,
to like
I'm
for
sure.
uni and everything?
get some passive
fun?
income coming in. Yeah. I probably wouldn't work as much. I probably work like 3 days a week or something. Just get some passive income coming in. Yeah. Something like how you a millionaire? I'm a betting god.
I'm
I
a
knew
gambling
I knew
man.
the outcomes of everything because I'm just that guy.
See, like,
But
dude,
then I get caught up to time, like, oh my god, gave you the prediction god. Who's gonna win?
It's like
I retired from
I'm
that
tired.
game. I'm retired
That's
from the
hit
game.
him with like the. Do you know how much time I spent watching every game, tracking
Yeah.
every stat, watching every injury, watching the off season, everything, just
Keeping
to.
track of the doctors to see
just
the health
to
of players.
bet them.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore. I'm retired. And so who thinks gonna win? I don't know. The Heat.
Whoever you want to win is who you should bet on.
It's like, who's your team? Mavericks. They win it this year, for sure.
But then
Surefire
I tarnish
bet.
my name. I don't want to do that. So I say just do whatever you want to do.
Whatever you feel, whatever you think is right.
I've established myself as like the betting god in this world. Where I can
at what
always
point do you just like
Then you
not
could sway
get
the
bored of
bets,
life
though.
though?
I could split the bets.
You could sway it.
By
Because
like lying?
by
Saying I'm gonna
lying-
bet on something? Dude,
Yeah.
that'd be evil of me.
So it's like
evil person.
like-
Like, it's just like that's kind of an asshole. move.
if
Yo,
you
boys,
establish
trust.
like if you establish you're a betting god and then you get to like the infamous 3-0 or 3-1 return,
Yeah.
and it's like no, Golden State taking it all the way for sure.
Yeah.
And then it's like everyone's surefire bet and they bet and
Yeah.
you're like I'm putting everything on the Cavs. You
Got your ass.
what do they do? Get mad at you? It's like they should. That's on them.
You shouldn't have believed me.
You didn't bet on it.
Yeah.
Like it's like this Republican. I bet on this first. I guess second, but you have to let that happen first. But
I'm a true villain in the world. I mean, a lot of.
I mean, that's on them for trusting you.
It is, but still, it's like I built up rapport with him just to then lie to him.
He'd
I mean,
wake
technically
up
you
with
still
like a
have the
bullet in his
rapport.
head for sure though.
Hmm?
I feel like he'd wake up with a bullet in his head for sure.
Nah.
Someone would definitely get mad. Someone will definitely put like their life savings into it and be like,
I don't think if there's bullets in my head, I don't think I'd even wake up. I think I'd just die.
oh, okay, okay, man.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
He's gonna wake up at the bottom of the ocean. Will he? Will he drown before he gets there?
I don't think I'm waking up, buddy.
See, but like you get rich early on in life, right? It's like trust fund kids, right? Like how do
Yeah.
like they not get bored of life, like or like
They do.
They
They
do.
always
They
do.
do.
Say
Okay.
they do.
minimum like what? Never mind. I'm
Well,
seeing like
that's like the whole thing. People always like the not poor people, but like the average world, because obviously most people aren't rich. Like the average are always getting mad at rich kids because they're like, my life is boring. What am I gonna do? Like, bro, you're rich. But yeah, I feel like if you're always rich, it can get boring because you're not chasing it. Like average people are chasing the money, right? If you're already born with the money, what are you chasing?
That's how they do things like drugs to chase the high.
Yeah, exactly. So
how do you prevent that though? If you're going back and just like you're uber rich early on, you won't get you'll cap off like your richness.
That's why I'm not going to like billions. I'm just gonna stop at $1 million.
Well, you said millions, right? But like, when is that like point of like where it's like it's a lot of money?
Probably like 50.
50 million.
50 mil.
It feels right.
No, because you can still buy like 2 yachts and then you're broke now.
I'm not
Go
gonna
buy a yacht.
I have no reason to why I'd buy a yacht.
That's 100% on you. It's like okay, you're like 50 million. That's like 500,000 or 524 Supras. Come on, man. Let's buy that.
That's 20k V-Bucks right there. Like I don't see why I'm buying it though, right? Like I'm not buying a yacht.
I can see myself being uber rich and still working,
and then
to keep some sense of sanity.
Yeah, that's why I said like I have a part-time job, but also like I think just spending your money in general, like once you become rich, you know how to keep getting more money. Like you have investments. I can hire accountants who.
You also have rich friends.
Yeah, so
Michelle.
like I won't really need to have like a job at McDonald's. Like I'll have my own investments coming into where I'll make passive income.
I think it'd just be funny as hell to have a job at McDonald's, being like a millionaire.
Yeah, but I feel like I'd be a target though. People get mad at me, jealousy, and kill me.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't know you're a millionaire per se. You're just like there.
Most millionaires are pretty known.
Or
Also, like someone could like go to like rob the place and like kidnap you or something.
Yeah.
Be like, I want the ransom. It's like, well, you kidnapped me, so who's gonna pay you?
Yeah.
Right? I think that far. It's like, yeah, that's why you're broke and I'm rich.
All right, I'll pay you the ransom. It's like, nigga, I had a gun in my pocket the whole time.
Turns out I had bionic augmentation. My penis is also a gun. You're like
This is what we call backshots.
yeah.
But if you guys enjoy backshots, let us know in the comment section below. If you could go back in time to any point of time or go forward in time, let us know what you would choose and why, of course. And what else we talked about in this episode? There's some other
Stuff.
There's some other topic in this episode that you also feel like you want to put your input on. Let us know. You guys don't really let us know about a lot of things, but we do enjoy when you do.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. We're losing viewers, so we need the subs.
please, we're desperate.
No, like YouTube shadow banning us, low key. So we need the subs.
Send us to your friends.
Send us to your friends.
To your family members.
Go follow everything.
Make bot accounts. just
Go for it.
Go for it.